Hello, hello. So it's been a bit since we played space exploration, since we missed the past couple Sundays due to some schedule issues. But it looks like we were in the middle of doing train stuff. Do I have notes? Iron needs waiting area fixed. That is something that has to do with trains. It is not this train. So it looks like we were trying to set up a building train. And then, yeah, we realize it's not going to happen with two trains, so I'm redesigning the train to have refueling for the outpost and then also these at the same time. Okay, that makes sense. So the issue we ran into, I don't think there's inherently an issue actually. I think we just need to figure out what all we needed. So this requests a train if either this is low or this is low. And then the second combinator is to make it so the output signal is 1 because I don't want them to add up together and request 2 trains. So that makes sense. Because we can't do enable disable if a condition is true because that can cause some soft lock. So train limit is technically a little better. It doesn't really make a huge difference though now that I'm looking at it, because we only have one of these trains. It's not likely to send 2, and if it does, the world doesn't end, because they'll leave pretty quickly, but it's fine. So it looks like for this one, we could do idle. That would be reasonable. So this will be auto refueling out, and then auto refueling in. Actually, I don't know if auto refueling in is the one that I actually need. Also, why doesn't this have an icon next to it? So this is light oil, and it is also like building materials. What looks like building materials? Walls? Yeah, because it's like a combat outpost. Okay. And then if we go over here, I think if we rename this one, we're off to a good start. So this is the one that we will be using. So this one is auto refueling in, and it will have the same icons. And then I think that's fairly clear. So we still need to set this up. I think we are trying, okay. I remember what we were doing. So we are trying to figure out how to make it that it can fill these two with whichever items it needs. So that way these can request the same stuff. I'm pretty sure that's vaguely what we were doing. And then the odds of it getting soft lock are incredibly low, so I think it's fine. Now this is still trying to request storage tanks, which is a little bit odd. How do I look at just this oh, it's because we cleared it. Okay, so if we fill this with random junk, it shouldn't take most of this back, right? I think that's the key aspect of it. It's only going to take what it needs. So if I give it a bunch of junk, fast inserters, maybe. Oh, do we have inserters? Oh my gosh, we're not shipping inserters. Filter inserters. That's silly. Okay, so we can reduce the amount of inserters we need if we do. Let's see, where are they at? And then we filter these to construction bots. There we go. Now, this is the tricky part. So this technically won't work if this is empty, which I don't love. But I think it's okay because this is mostly for if the network is unconnected. I mean, it's not going to bring bots any closer, but it's not the end of the world either if it doesn't work. Because I don't think we figured out a way. I'm pretty sure there isn't a way to read just what's in this roboport, right? I'm pretty sure that was the verdict, or at least we couldn't figure one out. Because there's T, Z, Y, and X, but none of those numbers seem to be the amount of construction bots here. So this is still trying to request a bunch of a bunch of junk that I don't really need, but it seems to be working now. We can probably decrease the values of a lot of those too. So these are mostly quick repairs. I'm not entirely set on how many I'm requesting, but this is also like a primary building outpost as well. So it's what I'll be using to expand this for the first time. So it's hard to say. It can always request more trains though. So we really just need enough to get everything over here. Now, what we were trying to decide is if this can actually fit in the train, and I'm not entirely sure about that. So right now, we have a bunch of junk. Theoretically, if this is split one stack of each into each train, this will fill up an entire train. So that means we can double up on stacks for this very easily. Power poles, rails. I don't think we're going to have any spacing issues. So I think this is fine. And then this one doesn't read from the train stop. So what we were trying to do last time, I remember, is we were trying to set these up using filter inserters. So these should be downgraded. If I really wanted to, they can get a stack inserter. It's not the end of the world. Stack filter inserter for like the bulk things like rails. Maybe I can do a mix, but honestly, this train doesn't move often enough. Honestly, it's not like we even have enough rail and wall production for me to constantly be moving a stack inserter anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then we basically just need to reverse this logic, right? So this is what we're requesting. What's in the signal gets a negative symbol. So this part right here is roughly what we copy, except instead of reading from the chests, we are now reading from something else. I think that works. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, okay, so we basically take this and we just flip it, and then I think that works. Because this now reads from the train, which means it reads from that rail signal. Okay, so yeah, we just flip this. This connects right here. These connect through here. I really, really cannot wait until the expansion. Because stuff like this, the expansion will make a lot better. Because the expansion is effectively making it that you can connect to ghosts, which is very, very nice. And then this is just requesting a bunch of junk. So the easiest way to go about it is for me to copy this combinator and then... Is it these combinators? Okay, so these ones were just tests. Why did I do that? I could have just done this. There we go. Okay, so this way they request enough to fill the train with either one of these. That should be okay. Set requests using this filter, and then these will fill the train based on this filter. Okay, and then we read train contents. So this should theoretically work, I think. Oh, wait. We didn't finish connecting these. Not read hand contents, set filters. And then we connect them honestly anywhere, but this works. Okay, I think that is everything I need. So what we need to do is make sure this logic is correct. So this says if anything is greater than 0. So this is saying if it requests anything at all, it summons a train. Right? I don't like that. What's the smallest request we have? Because I feel like sending this to replace like 50 walls isn't that great. Can I do a percentage? I could do a percentage. So I could take these numbers and divide them by 2, and that will make it that it only requests if we're missing more than 50% of the items. I think that's a reasonable option, right? Is there a fancy way to do that? It's like we can obviously just copy these completely, and then we can compare these two signals. I don't really know how to do that. Not entirely sure how to do that. Maybe I subtract them together, one of those two? Okay, so we take this, we divide it by 2. That gives me half of this, right? So that's saying 250 rails. This is requesting 500. So then this is saying, hey, we only have, if this reads that we have 240 in here, if we have 240, we subtract, or we take 250 minus 240, that's saying how many we need. And then if we have 400, 250 minus 400, that's saying we have 150 surplus. So I think we take this number and we subtract it by this number, and if any of those numbers are greater than 0, we request a train. I think that's what we need. Also, I don't know why these aren't building. We are literally right here. Are there not resources here? Is that the issue? I feel like we're doing something wrong here. Where's my combinators at? I'm so confused. I thought we had like an entire stack of combinators. Did we not? Oh right, we only were bringing the regular combinators initially. Yeah, that makes sense then. Okay, it does track. Oh, we also need arithmetic. Okay, so how do we get a combinator? Do we just should I just fly? Yeah, let's just fly back to the main base and request 50 of each combinator. I wasn't expecting to do so many combinators. I can almost guarantee that there is a better solution to get 50% of the requested value. However, I don't know what that is. We might, if we split the signal with a red signal, that might work. I feel like we could theoretically use a red wire to separate the math stuff from the not math stuff. That's an option. I don't know where I'm making combinators, but our mall is right here, so they're probably over here. No? Okay, so we must have automated combinators a long time ago if they're not here. Okay, so arithmetic, we're just waiting for the constant. I have no... Okay, that's good enough. Well, we might as well wait. Okay, and then we realize we don't really need the grappling gun anymore. Now, we'll still keep it, because this grappling gun is incredibly useful for later if we get stuck in space. So that is something that is worth preventing. We have forgotten fuel as we left our spaceship, and we just slowly floated away. If we did not have fuel, we would just be stranded, I think. We would have to, like... I don't know, I could probably move the spaceship remotely if I had enough fuel, but it's definitely something I want to prevent. But yeah, I think this train request is looking pretty nice. I just have to hope that I did it correctly, which is a big if. Now, this has probably been placed by now. Actually, it hasn't. Okay. So this is... I need to test something real quick. So let's take the medium pole. Let's give it a red wire. What does that read? That reads only the request. Okay, so we don't need... We don't need more of these. We should duplicate it because I don't. Well, yeah. We're gonna use way more than we need because I'm not entirely sure how to do this. Okay, so 250 minus this number. If there's only 200, and this number is how much we read from this chest. However, that is negative, so it's actually... So how much we have is negative. So this number plus this number, and if this is positive, it requests a train. So maybe we don't need. Maybe I can do it without the extra. Okay, so we take the red wire. Let's see, where's that? Red connects here. Okay, so that should read that. We multiply it by 2, divide it by 2, one of the two. We do each divided by 2, output each. Okay. Is this new? It's definitely not new, but I'm definitely not recognizing this. Now this... should work. Now we add them together. So that's how much we have in here. This is how much we need. So this is saying only request stuff is if we're half short on any of these. Now this is saying we are half short on laser turrets, which is correct. Okay. That is good. And then we don't request any like replacement trains or anything, right? Okay, so I think this is correct. So now instead of connecting these, we connect this output, which basically just makes it that it doesn't request trains as often. So that's what all of this was about. I feel like I could do this with like way fewer combinators, but I'm decently content with that. Now this isn't working. Now it is? Now it is. Okay. Yeah, it's because this didn't have a green that was useful. I guess I could just connect these, right? So that's saying L is 1 and L is 1. So that means we need oil, right? So this is outputting that. This, however, isn't outputting anything. So this is not set up correctly. What did I mess up? Oh. Math is automatic. Math is automatic in this game. I have done this so many times. So we just output that and then this. It's going to default add signal. So I was trying to set up an arithmetic combinator to add two signals together. Okay, there we go. Now it says it's requesting. Perfect. Okay, so we're out of radars, which we could actually request way fewer radars. I can decrease a lot of these values. So these are for building. So if these get destroyed, we do lose a lot of them. Chain signals are for building. Radars we don't use a lot of, so I think I'm going to do 20 of them. Pumps are good. Landfill we use a lot of. Tanks we don't use a lot of. These, anything that replaces combat stuff, I want to keep a fair amount of. But honestly, we don't over-request most things. A lot of these numbers are pretty low. Okay, now for the fun part. Auto-refueling on, auto-refueling out. We can't do full cargo. We could do inactivity. That would be reasonable. So inactivity of like, let's give it 20 seconds. Because things don't get attacked very often. Oh, I know what we should bring. We should also bring repair packs. So that way bots don't have to fly as far to repair. That we can bring like 200 stacks of. Okay. I wish there were like ways to keep the signals between the two sets here, but it's not too bad, but I feel like it would be cool if we could keep these together. I think there is a fancy way. If I had a really long wire, these could technically share a signal. That would be silly. We could also, honestly, we do have radar or like the ability to transmit signals long distance, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's a thing. So that could potentially be used, but again, I don't think that's that helpful. Okay. Did I announce that I'm live? Yes, okay. Cool. Yeah, that's a mess, but it's a functional mess, so we'll take it. And then these roboports, I think these roboports will be used for other expansions as like little buffered chests. And then I'm reading both of those. Okay, let's test this. And then do I have any wagons? I feel like if I have wagons, I can replace this one. Let's find out. And then I'm just gonna take what they didn't take. Perfect. Okay. It looks like I do have enough wagons to fix this one. So we're gonna copy this logic. We're gonna send this through. And then we're gonna hope that I set this up properly. No, wait. Not yet. I actually want this to... I want this to unload into this fuel. Although I think we're requesting too much fuel. So this one, auto refueling out, is what we want to start with. As 20 seconds of inactivity. So this is going to be a little bit weird, but we're just trying to make it work with what we got right now, effectively. There we go. And I'm just trying to drain this because we're about to delete this and replace these with regular wagons. So that would be bad if we spent them all. Okay, then this can go in there. Okay, that should be good. It's not requesting. Perfect. I could add another... I might have to add another tank for this to work. I want this to be in a section that we don't really copy, but I don't know how to do that. I guess I could do it here. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, we're just trying to empty this real quick. Perfect. Okay, that is something I can get behind. Now, we do want to reverse this, which isn't going to work that great. Because I don't want this fuel to, like, keep filling. I guess it doesn't matter that much. That wasn't ready to leave. We'll just switch it to manual and we'll catch up with it. Okay, now these need to be flipped. Okay, I think this is technically okay. So this will now be prioritized. Well, not prioritized, but this is only one way. Okay. That saved like 50k oil, which isn't a ton, but I would have felt bad just deleting it. Even if it's not that expensive at the end of the day. Okay, and now we should have 2 refueling trains. We sent that to the wrong spot, but other than that, we're okay. Now, we don't really need 2 of these trains. In fact, I don't even think we can make 2 of them work that easily. Let's see. It really depends on spacing. Can we load 2 trains from one? Oh my gosh, we can? Wait a minute. Hold up. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we could actually move this closer and we could have 2 trains and they could just have individual stops. Yeah, that works. Our train's eventually gonna make it down there, right? Probably. Yeah, wow, these are fast. I like nuclear fuel. We don't really use it very often. Or we don't really have any chances to use it, but it's pretty solid. Now let's see if this number is going up. I don't know if we're actually producing science. Now, is 20 seconds of inactivity enough? I feel like it is, because trains are only requested as they're needed, which definitely changes things. However, if we're not requesting everything, it doesn't work great. Okay. So this needs to be temporarily emptied. Oh geez, okay. How do we do this? I don't need this much landfill, walls, stone. That should be okay. Substations I don't need that much of. I really don't need much of any of this. Okay, so bots will eventually empty that. That's okay. And now we can work on emptying this. So this needs to empty into a fair amount of pumps, actually. So we're going to move this over. It's going to take a while to empty while we're setting things up, but that's not too bad. And then tank. And this should connect. Okay, I think everything is okay. Okay. Everything seems to be fine in order there. Let's see if we're actually fine. Okay. That does work. We'll just reverse that when we're done with it. I wish it was emptying faster, but it's okay. So we're trying to move this rail here. Just because we have 2 trains. And it does increase the buffer. Now we want this to be, I guess, back here. I don't think this needs I don't think chain signal is the right choice here. I don't think it's a terrible choice, but it's definitely not a necessary choice. Okay, that can be moved, that can be moved. We can just delete that. Okay. Now this needs to be moved over here, and then here. Then we should be able to grab a wire, and then a wire. Okay. Okay, yeah, the spacing is perfect. It's like they want you to make a double one. Now we won't have the ability, I think, to fill these at full speed. Actually, no, we don't have the ability to fill these at full speed. We have the ability to fill them at almost full speed, which is like really close, unless we do something like this. Actually, we could do that. You know what? Let's do that. Because this would line up here. Okay, yeah, that works. These are empty enough that I think I'm okay with tossing it. It's only like 5,000 oil. Okay, we don't need this radar. We don't need this junk. We do need this junk. So we just need to copy this and reverse it somehow. Which most of the stuff we can reuse. Not that easily though. Let's see. We can flip this. That part's easy. Okay. That part's good. This part's fine. That can also just stay there, so I see what it's supposed to do. Okay. And then the green wire connects through that. And then this connects through here. Oh wait, no. That's not correct. That is not correct. Okay. Green train contents. This is not powered. That's what that power pole. That's what that power pole is all about. Okay. And then we don't need this constant combinator. We don't need this segment anymore. We don't need this. This can be deleted, and this can be moved slightly. Okay, you know what? This is... I'm fairly happy with this design. The only thing we really need to figure out now is how to do this weird loop at the end. That's technically an option. I don't love it, but it is something we could do. Okay, I think that works. So now we just need to reverse this, like we were mentioning earlier, and start filling up these. Okay, so this, I guess, can go here. But we can keep this one deleted for a bit. This can be a regular pipe. And then ideally, these can start filling. Okay, I think that technically fills them all, right? Yeah. None of these pumps are going to work that fast. I don't think, but it's a cool design at least. Okay, and that is still waiting for me. Yeah, it's a fun design. It definitely has some throughput issues. So like it fills the train in like 1 second, but it takes like 20,000 seconds to fill up. Yo, Guava Enthusiast, thanks so much for the resub. Welcome, welcome. I think I finally figured out how to set up my outpost train that we were working so hard on filling last time we did this. So pleased with that. I feel like I should just move these. I don't know. They're not that important. Honestly, let's just delete them. I want to move past this. We're just gonna delete whatever that is, 10,000 oil or something. So that way I can get it set up. And then this will have a pump, so that way we always have stuff here. Okay, so we just complete this loop and then everything should work. We might be missing a couple signals though. I think that works. There is a small chance that that's a little bit messed up. Because if this is even slightly on the curve... Oh, never mind. That has way more clearance than I thought it did. Okay. Perfect. So these are not working. Now they are. Okay, now I think we have a few... I think the amount of entities we have in the train are small enough that we shouldn't have any trouble. But I might... I don't know. I might set some filters. Because this does look like it filled up without actually having one of everything in the train, which is not good. Okay, so yeah, we definitely need filters here. I really thought we weren't requesting enough walls for this to matter. Oh, walls only stack to 50. Okay, well, we can remove the gates. We can reduce this to like 40. Honestly, if we do most things to 40, that fixes a lot of it. And then let's do 700 walls. 700 walls is a lot of walls. But the reason I'm doing 40 is just because sometimes we'll accidentally put like too many stacks of something in. So if all of the inserters work at once, they'll overfill by like 1, which wastes a whole slot. I feel like I should just set filters. But that also wastes slots. But if I do filters, it'll make it that at least walls are deprioritized. We probably don't need as many pipes. Or as much landfill. And then we can reduce that one, and we can reduce rails to like 350. Okay, that should fix it. And then we can just change our requests here. Okay, I think that's fine. So that just changed the values for requesting. Now, for some reason, this train keeps leaving, so it's not set up properly. Or it means there's something we just keep not sending over here because one of our values is off. It could be that. So we keep sending trains, and I think it's because something here... Oh my gosh. I see the issue. I see the problem. We need to figure out why it's a problem. Okay. So this is not set up properly. Is it not reading the contents of the... Is it not reading the contents of the train? Oh, wait. No? I'm so confused. This is not where... Oh, wait. Is it because this isn't technically at the stop? Is that the issue? Is it that simple? Okay. Let's fix this. I guess manually? I don't know how I empty this one. I guess we can just manually do it. I kind of wanted this stuff to build, but it doesn't seem to be in the cards, so we're just rolling with it. Okay, so that seems better. This one, has it returned yet? I think it's on its way. It's probably this one, right? No, it's not that one. Okay. Well, I've never made a base like this large before. I kind of forget how long it takes for trains to, travel this far. It adds up. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, we can't really do anything with that. Okay, so hopefully our fixed values are okay. Now this is requesting a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping that it starts moving. I'm hoping it reads the train contents before it starts filling. No, this is fine. Okay. No, this is all right. So this has 1,000. Okay, so this has too much walls in it. So this just has too much stuff because we haven't cleared it. Hello, bye. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so this we just haven't cleared it. I think that's the only problem. We really should have been using filters. Yeah, we finally streamed on a Sunday again. Okay, so this is really pushing it. Should I just add a 5th train? Because we could... Okay, so I could replace a fluid wagon with another requester warehouse, and that solves literally everything. Because basically the problem is that the walls and the rails take up a ton of space. All the train... Oh, I guess, yeah, I shouldn't have... I didn't mean to say train. I meant wagons. But yeah, the issue is that the amount of items we have total is basically the amount it takes to fill a train. Makes me wonder if I should have just used filters inside the wagon, because the numbers are so similar. Like, it's pretty much perfect, and then... But I tried to make it smarter, and then we just don't have enough leniency to make it smart effectively. Okay, so if this doesn't work, what's the worst that can happen? An outpost doesn't get walls fast enough. Also, that keeps happening. So the worst that can happen is it requests a train basically constantly. Are they using these to build my main base? I think I see the problem. Does a requester warehouse fix that? Or a buffer warehouse? I think a buffer chest fixes that. Right? Because I don't have any requesters marked to request from a buffer chest. So that probably... I think that should solve it. That is not a mistake I expected. That's really not a mistake I expected, though. That's fantastic. I love that. I mean, it's not great, and I would rather it not have happened, but it's fantastic at the same time. Okay, we'll remove that. We'll remove that. Okay. And we're changing this to a buffer warehouse. Okay, with buffer, I need to explicitly check the box to do it. Okay. So that means this is a fixable problem. I'm okay with this. I guess the only way it would be a problem is if we make another requester chest somewhere that requests a ton of pipes that we can grab from buffer chests. But considering this is the first time this has ever come up, I don't think that we press that button very compulsively. So I would say it's okay. Another alternative is for me to try to keep my network separate. But that's, I think that's unnecessary. There's a bug on my screen. I guess you can't actually see that, but there's a bug, like, actually on my monitor. I thought it was, like, a dead pixel or something. It turns out it's fine, I guess. I mean, a bug is better than, like, the monitor breaking. Still not ideal, but it's something. Okay. Buffers. Yay! I think it's fixed. I think it's gonna stop requesting so many trains. Debug my monitor with this shoe. That would work. That would work. Feel like there's better options, but that would work. Oh my gosh, we're not emptying. We never reset that. Okay, that should be good. I mean, I guess I don't know there's better options. So you might be onto something. You might be onto something. Okay, perfect. So now that this is nice and fantastic and works well, let's copy this. Actually, wait. This part I think is okay. I think this is something we can roll with. We can Rick and roll with it. Rock and roll with it. Now I would like it to not be so messy and have so much junk in it, so we'll have to delete the excess. So it can line up here. Oh, boo. Oh, because I don't have a Rickroll command. Yeah, no, that is a failing on my part. This one's definitely on me. I'm sorry for disappointing you with that. I even set it up too. Okay, so now look at this. This is a station. Refueling station. Awesome. You know what we can do with this? Okay, so I thought I had an idea of what I can do. We can add it to our train book. Yeah, I know. I've disappointed everyone who believes in me. There we go. Refueling station. I can't wait to realize I set this up so terribly. Santa socks? Oh yeah, I got my stocking socks. Oh wait, that's the wrong socks. That's what I wore yesterday. Hold up. I'm sorry for lying to you again. This isn't what I'm wearing today. I put on a different pair because I realized I just cannot be trusted. Let's see. I put on a different pair because we're playing space exploration. Where are they? They're not in my searchable sheet right now, so I have to scroll through a list of pictures. Give me a moment. Let's see. It's not one of these. I've definitely worn them before, so I know I have a picture. I don't see them. So now I'm even gaslighting myself, huh? Oh, there they are. There they are. They blend in with my old, there we go. They blended in Saturn space socks with my old, desk mat. I couldn't tell them. I couldn't tell them apart. I'm just so like everything had space in it. Okay, I think everything is good now. And then we need to make sure we don't shoot the bloat burst ammo because we did that last time and it was really bad. Okay, so this should request a train. Oh my gosh. It's working. This is such a basic thing, but I'm still so happy about it. I'm very happy it works. UFO socks or Brazil socks? What do you mean? Do I have either of those? Or do I have a pair that reminds you of that? Oh, wait. Oh, I see it. The Brazilian flag is like a... Is it a planet? What is that? Yeah, it's supposed to be Saturn, I think. UFO would be good. UFO would be really good. Ah, this is nice. Look at this working. Oh my gosh, and it's not requesting a train anymore? Fantastic. I actually made something that works. I shouldn't be so happy. I shouldn't be so proud of that. That's such a low bar, but I am. It, it's not completely broken like everything else I made. Yay! Hello, Arturs. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Okay. So now that this is closer, I guess we can just hand feed it bots. But theoretically, this should start building now, right? Wait, what? Oh, I'm missing... Oh! Oh, we figured this out last time. Deconstruction planners. Is it a picture of Brazil socks, or what's it a link to? Not broken? Impossible. It might still be broken, but it doesn't seem that broken yet. But yeah, so we learned a couple streams ago that deconstruction planners do not last nearly as long as actual ghosts. Now, the real question, is there a mod to fix that? Factorio longer deconstruct mod? I feel like that's not something that could be a mod. Well, now I'm curious if it's a rickroll. But yeah, basically, ghosts for deconstruction only last like a couple hours, whereas actual ghosts last significantly longer, which is problematic. That apparently causes issues when you queue up way too much for bots to build. We have learned from our mistakes, but it causes stuff like none of this placing. Okay, so we actually need to go over this again, probably. Oh, are these UFO socks? Those are reasonably priced for fun socks. What is the site? I feel like I need to just, like, get a subscription to this site and buy everything. I do have some alien socks, but they're, like, mixed with avocados, which, don't get me wrong, absolutely love. One of my favorite pairs of socks of all time. But I feel like I need just flat UFO as well. Okay, I think this is the right blueprint. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Is it not the right blueprint? We misplaced all of that. Oh wait. I think the blueprint is good. Yes, I know what it is. No, I don't. I think I know what's happening, but I don't know how to fix it, is the problem. There we go. So basically, if you click and nothing can be placed whenever you force click, it lets you still like move the mouse a little bit before it registers placing until you get to the next section where you can place something. So that's normally not a problem because normally it counts placements as overlapping something with the same thing. However, we have a mod that makes it that none of these are the same entities as an actually placed entity because it places landfill underneath them. So basically, it was making it that blueprints were a lot harder to place, but it auto-places ghosts, which is a fair trade. But it's something I need to keep in mind anytime I try to build something fast. And to answer your question, my current tech level is not beam style. Were you going to suggest I destroy a planet using a beam of energy? Because that would be pretty effective. That would definitely be effective. Okay, it looks like our left half of our base is actually working now. To the point where you can even set up a core mining drill. We haven't done one of these in a while. Okay, so I think... Oh, we have a weird core mining blueprint, don't we? Hold up, I think we have one that works. Because I remember we set up a core mining blueprint that is non-directional or something. No, that's not the right word. It's direct fed. Yeah. Okay, so non-directional was not the right word. This one is not going to work, unfortunately. However, can we make it work? Yes. Yeah, we can rotate it manually. Maybe? Let's see, what is this? What is this? Small uncrafted. Revert a product back to its ingredients. I was not looking for that. That is pretty cool, though. That would be super nice to get rid of burner drills. No, what I was referring to earlier. So when you do this and it marks for deconstruction, uh, those blueprints only last a few hours, whereas like regular blueprints, like ghosts, last up to a week, compared to the deconstructor that lasts like a few hours. So basically, if you place a ghost and then bots don't place it for get to deconstructing it for a couple hours, you'll just have gaps in your train. B for bio, E for energy, A for astro, M for matter. Did they do that intentionally? Because that's cool. Just a coincidence. Okay. So we have level 1 of everything for bioenergy, astro, and matter. We have level 2 for energy. And then novice was kind of falling apart, so we had to go make some improvements there. So that's what we've been working on. That's what we've been working on now. That's what we're working on at the moment. Where's the blueprint book? There we go. This one should be here. Okay. Yeah, that's what we've been working on, and it's been going all right. Novice is a lot better than it used to be. Okay, so this is completely the wrong direction, which is really annoying. What is this? How does this connect? That's okay. So that can connect through there. I think I think this is just gonna have to be awful, right? Can I just do this? Yeah, sure. Let's just do that. It's a weird setup, but I mean most of our rail setups are weird, so it's not surprising. Were there better ways? 100%, but apparently we did not design this to be placeable if we messed up the order of stuff. We only made this, basically this is only placeable in one direction, which is a huge oversight on my part. Made by a mod Discord to be easy to remember. Yeah, that tracks. Discords have all the info. Okay, chain signal. This is the wrong way. Yes, thank you. Yeah. That is not how it's supposed to connect. It was supposed to loop around like this. Technically, I think this is okay. It's pushing it, but that should work. Unless this was barely able to fill the train. Oh gosh, we're really bad about holding shift while we place things. There we go. It did look a little bit off, but I could not place it until you pointed out the directional thing. There we go. Okay, now these guys are waiting for help, and this is over here. And I'm just realizing we aren't requesting cliff explosives on our outposts. I mean, they're technically not necessary, but the whole point of them is kind of to bring resources closer as well. Because they're basically just buffer chests, right? They're buffer chests that don't request anything. But they make it that these can fill up faster and be repaired quicker, as opposed to having to wait for bots to go back to our main mall, because that takes forever. Wait, does that look good? I think this looks like it works now. Goes to the right, and then it goes back. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. And we didn't actually end up using this one, but I don't think that's a problem. This is really easy to add a request to. However, we are already hurting for train space, so it's going to be a little bit messy. I actually need to see the trains. Now that they've cleared a lot of their inventory, they have a... Okay, so now they're starting to have a little bit of space. So I think we cut enough from them that it's okay. Now this one I think is requesting... This one is not set up properly. Oh, wait a minute. I understand what's happening. Okay, I get it. I get why these are filling up too much. Because it moves forward like 1 foot, so that way it's no longer part of the station, but the train can still be filled. Well, no, but these aren't... No, is that not what's going on? No, that can't be what's going on. Never mind. Because it's not happening here. I don't know what the issue is then. Maybe we just never cleared this one. But this one has 200 tanks in it, so obviously something is wrong. Like, something is very, very wrong. Also, I completely forgot about that. On automatic trains, doesn't fill up when out of the station. Oh, okay, so that's not the issue. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it seemed right until I looked at the train, and then it did not seem so right anymore. Yeah, it seemed right until I realized, oh, no, I'm dead wrong. A classic blunder. Okay, so that means there's another issue. It might have just been that it had 200... it could have just had 200 storage tanks from it before it actually connected to logic. It could be that simple. Which means a manual empty will work. It will also eventually clear itself after it fills up, after I build 10 outposts, which is a little bit too many, I think, but for it to be fixed, but that's an option. We need to create a larger train network. Like some form of, I want to say, I don't want to say city block because I feel like that's not the right word. But kind of. I mean, because basically the idea is that we just need a larger train network. Seems right before you realize it might not be. Then you start to question yourself and make it a nightmare. Yeah, yeah, it's if you just never question yourself. I mean, you don't learn. So I mean, you miss out on important things. But if you never question yourself, at least you're not really wrong very often. Well, okay, you're wrong constantly, but you don't acknowledge it. So is that better? I feel like that's not better. It's just different. But it's one way to live. At least it's not a nightmare. There we go. It's worse overall, but at least you're not making it a nightmare. If you don't question yourself, you're never wrong. That's the part I wasn't sure about, because like I guess you're still wrong, but you're not acknowledging you're wrong. And if you don't acknowledge it hard enough, I guess you're basically right in your own eyes. So yeah, that counts. I'd say, yeah, we could probably say that counts. It fits with our whole denial strat. Also, why am I making this one so large? Like, I'm just realizing that it does not need nearly this much space. And then I guess we can just fill in these rails in person, because I need to see how long this goes. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can start turning way earlier. Okay, there we go. Let's re-blueprint this. Select new contents for blueprint. We don't have any form of like relative, so I think it's fine for us to just copy this. Actually, wait, even better. Let's get a chain signal in here. Yeah, wait. Do I want a chain signal there? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I don't think I have enough trains for it to be a problem. I feel like we're going to be getting a very, like, we're going to get a rude awakening one day when we realize everything is set up and our train signals are all wrong. I'm hoping that day isn't soon, but I think we're definitely going to realize that things are a little suboptimal. A lot suboptimal, actually. A little bit column A, a little bit column B, you know. Little things, questioning reality. Gotta love it. And city blocks are such boring design for mods. Breaking them into train, put it from there to there, allowing every item to go through the same route. Yeah, it's really just for getting ore. That's why I wasn't sure if it was like really a city block design, if the only thing that I'm doing with it is the ability to mass place rails for mining ore. Because right now I place the rails very sporadically, which is great until I realize I have a gap, and then it gets really annoying. Oh my gosh, we didn't copy station names. That's okay. This isn't the end of the world. Auto refueling out. Wait, is this out or in? This is out. Did we? It says we copied station names. Huh. Maybe we did it. Maybe we messed it up here. No? Did we replace the... We did delete the rail briefly. Let's see. Raw Reese's feels okay, as those tend to be far away. Yeah, that's why our limit is just... So far, our limit for any form of, like, copyable design has been just getting raw resources. Because those... Also, you can't get that creative with those anyway. I mean, I guess you can. You can make some silly designs, but... It's not something I want to stress about ever. You had a giant train network one time, then the entire production ground to a screeching halt because you misplaced 3 rail signals. Classic. Yeah, that's my fear. I'm bad at placing rail signals, and I'm worried I'll be so bad that it just stops everything. Okay, so if I go over here... No path. Okay. So that means... There's probably just some missing trains. So I think this goes back to the whole, that deconstruction thing I was talking about earlier. I don't think it will be an issue anymore. But this is why I want like a giant grid that I can place. So that way when I realize it's missing like 2 train sections, it's not terrible to debug. But maybe that's not the problem. No, it is the problem. There's a train track missing there in the middle. Okay, it is ghosted, so it should be fine. Something breaks, then you'll know what was wrong. If something breaks, I'll know it was wrong. Oh yeah, I guess I did say it wasn't broken, as well. So maybe I cursed it with that. Yeah, I had too much hubris, believing that I actually built something. That's what confidence gets you. I should just pretend everything's broken. Also, what is happening over here? What are they trying to do? Oh, I guess bots were trying to build this. Ideally, the train track gets built before bots go to all this work to place stuff. Oh, but that's okay. Okay, and this is what... yeah, so this we can't quick place that easily. Unless there's not a conflict. Okay. I think that was set up properly. This hasn't been dispatched yet. Okay, now what's the problem? Oh my gosh. There's like one missing rail, isn't there? Okay, this is what I get for placing 5 billion rail at once before I had roboports. So like it is on me. Obviously it's on me. I tried to expand my base from here to here in like one blueprint. And then once because I didn't know the deconstruction timer was a thing. So once it stopped, once the issue was realized, everything was already the damage was already done. Okay, there we go. Nice little fueling outpost. It should be connected to fuel. Yep. Okay. Awesome. A couple more to do, and then I think our base is actually blocked in again, because we've had giant gaps in our base for a really long time, which is not good. Okay, so obviously the closer to the wall, the better. It's like something over here would be good, but I think over here is equally fine. Because it's still not that far for boss to have to travel for resources. Jetpack is 100% the best part. Chat really encouraged me last time to finally upgrade my jetpack. By slightly shame, I don't know if shame is the right word, but questioning why I only had one jetpack on me this entire time. So now I have a lot of tier 3 ones instead, and it is nice. So I now I understood. I understood why they wanted me to update it. But yeah, it's pretty great. The grappling hook is also really fun, combined with the jetpack, because it was really nice to turn yourself into a slingshot. I will admit that. It's a fun thing to do. Do I not have any bots on me? Or do I just keep placing it while I'm too far away? It might just be that. Okay, I really hope the train's starting to empty itself, because it's kind of a problem. You never use the grapple? Early on, it's nice because it's a really cheap way to get the equivalent speed of, like, multiple jetpacks. Because you can, like, slingshot your way, which is a lot faster than you can get early on. And it's just fun. Obviously, I prefer a jetpack if I can get it, but I'm definitely content with this one early on. Okay, so this looks like a pretty easy spot to grab. Okay, so that has landfill under it. That is annoying. Okay. We don't have any landfill. We have one landfill. Is that enough? This blueprint doesn't have landfill. Oh, what's the landfill button? Hold up. I have a landfill button. Does anybody know the mod well enough to just have that button memorized? Wait, what is this? What is space blueprint converter? What? What? That would have been so that would have been so useful. Space speedrun definitely got good use of grappling. I could see that. Yeah, it's like super cheap, super fast. Change rails to space style and also changes the belts, and I'm assuming pipes. Now, if you have something designed with full length in mind, it's obviously not going to work. But going from space to ground will definitely work well. Okay, that's not what I was trying to do. I have a mod that lets me add landfill, but I don't know the button combo to convert. So it is called... I don't even know what it's called. Wait, I have Q to front? Ghost on water. Control Shift W. No, Control W. Oh my gosh, I actually tried that. It's not working. for some reason. Okay, that is... Whatever. Let's just do this. There has to be a better way, but I couldn't figure out how to convert the actual blueprint. Okay, so this one... This train is going to the right, so it should go straight and then down. Signal, 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 and then it should come from, I guess, over here would work. Yeah, that's fine. We can just take from that. That's not a problem. Yeah, because these can't request more than one train at a time. So yeah, that should work. The only issue with it is that we were holding down shift. We weren't holding down shift as per usual. It's a very common issue. I wonder if you can make that the default. Probably not. But I always forget to hold down shift whenever placing rails. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what I was expecting. Would be cool though. Okay, so this shouldn't... This probably is not all in range, so I'm just going to just do a couple pastes, and that should work. There you go. It doesn't need to be on the grid. Okay, that is... I think... Why is the naming not working? For some reason, our train stop names are not copying today. But I don't know why. We're definitely doing something wrong. There we go. Okay, it looks like we just requested a couple. We might actually need more... we might need more core mining trains. Just because the distance is so far. It could just be because a lot of them were dispatched at once the thing was sprint. Maybe the blueprint doesn't have it stored. I don't know why it would have been removed, though. Do you think in the process of converting it to like a water thing, it removed it? Or do you think I have the wrong train? Maybe I have the wrong one. I guess we can just re-blueprint it. It's not an issue. Oops. I did not realize that this one is not complete. So this is not the one that we should re-blueprint. There we go. Those will eventually place. Let's try copying from this one, which is only a little weird. That's not a good one either. This one's the best one we can get, I think. No. What about the OG ones? All of them have like slightly weird rails. This isn't set up properly. Huh. Okay. That tracks. Okay, this is technically something we can copy then. That tracks. Nice. Okay. So we should have a new, well, I don't know where it is now, so we'll just make a new one. And this one even has a roboport in it, so this one's even better. There we go. Basically the issue is I can't clear a button and like paste a blueprint on it at the same time because of the hotkeys that I have. Not reliably. So this is core mining. Now I want to test to see if I was right. If the conversion was what broke it. No? Actually, I don't know if I converted that. No, I did. Okay, so I don't know what the issue was. We've had that blueprint for a while, so maybe I just chose the wrong one. But we can probably delete this now. Replace it with this one, which has the train stop names and is actually lined up properly. Oh, that's so funny. This hasn't been running this entire time. but it has been slowing down every other core miner, which is great. I the funny thing is I didn't have to have the warehouse have such close clearance. Like I probably could have set the warehouse to be in the middle. I feel like I designed it around one where that's all the space I had, and have now just kind of kept it this whole time. Let's see, are there any more rails we can get? That's the question I need to be answering. I feel like this needs an outpost, right? It's so sad that they are so much slowed for each additional one. I know, like, I know they don't want you to just spawn resources for free out of nowhere, but on the other hand, it's fun. And it's really annoying to set up. I want it to be more rewarding. You can do a surprisingly large base from them alone, which is nice. It could be better, for sure. Okay, and then we can delete all of these. Delete this entire section, actually, because we will be replacing it with the refueling station, which is actually a correctly set up refueling station. And then, you know what? This one is not supposed to be here. We've kept it in here this whole time, and it's been really annoying. Okay, and then this one, how do I make this look like a circle? Does this look like a circle? Does that make it clear what I'm trying to do? Kind of. It's not the worst thought I've had. Okay, and then one more here. Yeah, I've had worse decisions. It was fun when they didn't slow down and you could put them anywhere. Ooh. Okay, you're right. That does sound more fun. It sounds broken, but I don't care. It sounds absolutely fantastic. It is a mod. They can be broken. They're supposed to be fun, right? Okay, there we go. This is looking a lot better. I wonder if we have spots here where bots can't really cross. I guess we have roboports most of the way through. Okay, so they at least won't get stuck in the middle of the ocean. Okay, and then there's also a core mining over here, which is a little bit far away. Let's go. This is tricky. This is tricky because this is just going to be like really, really far out there, which I don't love. Or it's just going to block everything. So how do we make this work? Okay. I guess I can just go all the way back. Because we don't really have a nearby rail, right? So I might as well just cut through something. So something like that will bring it there, and then on the return trip, it's going to go here. And then we probably need to connect it somewhere through this one, because I can't really see the forest up top to try to go a different direction. So yeah, this works. We don't have enough trains over here for it to be a problem, because again, both of these sections are two things that only occasionally summon trains. They're not constantly moving, so it doesn't need to be perfect. The only thing that would cause this to fill up insanely fast is if somehow we get a very, very large amount of mining productivity, which is a ways away. Okay, and we still have this in our blueprints. Awesome. We're just going to place these off the grid for a bit in random spots just to make sure this is covered. And it should be okay. Awesome. I just wanted to basically just get all of the core mining that I could see. I'm surprised we haven't gone this one, because it was so close to our base, but I guess it was close to our base, but it wasn't easily accessible, which is a weird combination. Okay, so that's a problem. The easiest way for me to set this up right now to be defensible is to actually drag the fuel by hand, which is a bit farther than I would like a pipe to be dragged. But I think it's okay. If we grab landfill, it's not bad at all. Because then it can cut right through the lake. So maybe we just do that. Do we have landfill? We should have landfill. Assuming these are working properly, we should have landfill. And we should have pipe to grounds that we can take. Okay. That's not too bad. And now we just copy this. Yeah. Okay. That's all right. Why am I going this way? Why don't I just go through the why don't I go through the fuel we already have though? But other than that, it's all right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is way better than I thought. Now, the only issue is we can't really control click it that easily unless we do a snap to grid, but it's not that far that I think that's worth the effort, so we're just gonna do it a little bit manually. Maybe this wasn't worth it. This is more annoying than I thought. Oh my gosh. my hotkeys are kind of like all used up together here. So it's making this harder than I was expecting for no reason. Yeah, we should have just done a snap to grid, but I feel like I'm committed to this now. So we're just rolling with it. Now, I don't think these can be shot by biters. I feel like they're far enough away. Now, technically, if they do get destroyed, they cannot be repaired, which is a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, that seems like we'll be okay. Okay, and then we need a pipe here, and then we need one more here. And we can always, you know what, we have a fix for this. We have a fix for if they do get destroyed. It's called disconnecting the robo networks. That's why we have this mod. That's why I have this blueprint, to make it that these can be repaired. Because these are very critical. Okay, so now the fuel is connected. So now it's the fun part of there is... Wait, where did it go? Weren't there a horde of biters up there? Oh, the horde of biters is up there. Wait, oh, those are the ones that need to be connected. But I am glad I connected it, but that was the wrong one. Now it's like early game, you can't really use them due to decrease in income, and later it's not a problem as you can just place them on a different planet to keep better income. Oh, I mean, early on, I found them very useful early on. Because what they let you do is not care about how your resources were allocated, and you could still safely have a base. Right, so I never had to worry that I would kind of get like soft locked. I mean, soft lock isn't the right word because you can always just like restart, but there was always enough resources nearby that I didn't have to worry about the resources spent on ammo or on belts and stuff like that if biters started to overwhelm me. I think that was a very important benefit that they had, even if they were slow. So it definitely reduced the stress a ton. Am I out of landfill? I am, okay. Well, fortunately we have another thing to grab from. Wait, what is this one? Oh, we don't need this one. Well, we need to keep those, but we can delete most of this. Actually, we can do this. There we go. That way they'll empty. We don't have to worry about them later. Yeah, underground's disconnected at the last corner. Yeah, the entire chain is a little bit broken, so we'll just go back to see if we missed anything else too. Okay, so this should have landfill that I can grab, and this will request another train. It is nice that it just automatically requests new building trains for us. This is taking longer than I thought, so we should have just set up a new train up here. I just wanted to get it... Oh, right. We're doing this manually because there are literally biters there right now that will destroy us. Okay, so light oil is connected. So it's this corner that's broken. How? Oh, we went one tile too far. Thank you. That was a very subtle mistake. I would not have noticed that one. Don't know why there's landfill over there that I'm trying to place. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it is confusing. Okay, we can delete that. And then this almost lines up perfectly. Okay, cool. So we have light oil. Awesome. And then RoboPorts will do a manual connection through the lake just in case things get bad. It should be fairly safe, but again, critical fuel. Don't want to risk it. And now we throw a ton of these because there's just random biters, which I think have just completely like gone into idle mode because they've been stuck here for so long. Don't really know what that's about. I'm not complaining, but I feel like they just didn't know what to do, so they just gave up. Does anybody know what happened? Because this is really weird, and now I'm curious. Oh wow, I like these guys. I'm gonna keep tossing them because they're fun. Yeah, this is wacky. Suddenly biters. Well, okay, so they broke through our base a while ago, and then our base was like rebuilt. Maybe there just weren't any targets they cared about nearby, so they just froze? Because they've just kind of been stuck there for a long time. Like, multiple hours, I think. Which, I mean, not complaining. Because it means it's safe for me. But it is weird. I have to admit it's weird. Even if it's overall a net positive. Okay, we can place that. We can probably place this one too. And then the rest of it will eventually build itself. We just have to make sure it has the name correct. Good. Okay, this won't build itself. How did we not notice that many conflicts when we built it? Like, every single rail was wrong here. Like, a rail signal was blocking something. All of them. I saw completely green, and there actually wasn't any green. Oh, well. Everything's okay. I don't know why those are part of the blueprint. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm confused, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. And this gives us the second fueling point. I know we just connected around the edge, but that was just to buy us time to do this. Because we need to make sure we needed to make sure it was connected before more biters came through. Because basically the laser turrets are not strong enough to fight down behemoths yet. We don't have enough. We don't have enough laser damage for that. Which is why they kept breaking through, because we only had lasers and a double layer wall. It should be much better nowadays. But I think we're actually safe again. This is the first time we've been safe in a while from those sides. It looks like there's still a massive hole in the top, but it does seem to be clearing itself. It's not perfect, though. And then we have a lot more resources we can get, because we're starting to get low on iron and copper. So that's good. That still has a ghost. I'm realizing now we don't actually have radars in our defense blueprint, which is probably something we should fix. I guess I wasn't worried because of the whole satellite view button, but when you're in the satellite view and in map mode, you don't actually get vision. And it's a lot easier to navigate with map mode than it is to navigate with the arrow keys. Like, a lot faster. I imagine compression is not liking whatever I'm doing right now, as I just zoom through the base. But don't worry, I can't see it well either. Even just Factorio in general, when you go fast. When the screen is moving fast, it's not that visible. So I guess I can't blame compression for struggling with it. Okay, so I don't know what happened here. That is very bizarre. Oh my god, is it because there was an item there that it wasn't deconstructing? Why can't it place, why couldn't it place that? I have no idea what the issue is, so we're gonna do this. That way, whatever it is, it will fix itself. Just in case there's some weird thing blocking there that I can't see. Because, yeah, that's a little bizarre. Okay, I like this. And then I feel like we've expanded our base enough that our Big Bertha can actually do quite a lot now. Now, this has not requested a train yet, has it? Oh, it has. I wonder if it's been using the resources, because that would be nice. It would be nice if our train is actually working. That seems like such a simple request, but it is one that we need. Okay, then we need to replace all of these because there are a lot of gaps in our base here. There we go. That looks nice. And then we can just delete this edge part. Okay. Nicely defended. The corner is a little bit weak, so we'll just do this. Because corners in general are very undefended in Factorio. Because they basically make it that the biters can see a lot of the wall to hit, but your turrets can't hit that much of the biters. It's very disproportionate. If you can round them off, that's a lot better, but then those are just more annoying to build. Okay, this doesn't feel like it's working. Or maybe it just hasn't filled up yet. Oh, never mind, it is working. Hello, Plim. Welcome. Pim. I always think that's an L. Despite, like, having a font that very clearly shows it's not. Okay, I think everything's okay. We did not attach fuel, though, did we? No, we did not. I really don't know why those undergrounds are part of the blueprint. Looks like we tried to attach fuel. So if I do this, do I think it's going to connect? That's the real question. I think it might. No, I think that's actually connected. Never mind. I think there's deconstructed stuff in the middle. These ones are, though. Yeah, I think we ran into the deconstruction issue when trying to connect it. Underground. I think it's good now. When you have to say your name in English, people usually call you Tim. That's a much different letter. But Pim makes more sense now, if it's something that can kind of become Tim. Plim never... I guess Plim didn't sound like anything. I just genuinely thought it was an L for the longest time. I wonder if my font changed. Because I definitely do not remember seeing a distinct dot until today. But who knows? I don't know. I called one person wild, like willed droid or something for the longest time. I called them by a completely wrong name multiple times for like months before I'm like, oh wait, completely wrong letters. Well, similar letters, but I was reading the wrong. I was doubling up on the wrong ones. Shouldn't there be a train bringing stuff here? Is this still building? No path. Okay, well that does explain a lot. Oh my gosh, wait, why aren't those building? Okay, so we can fix this. Are we out of bots? Have we just like completely destroyed our bot queue? No, we have like 5,000. We have like 5,003 bots. I do not know why these haven't built. We've been waiting on bots here for a really long time, so I just kind of assumed they would be done by now. Oh my gosh, is it the deconstruction thing again? Does dropped ore block stuff? Oh my gosh. It does. Oh, so I was right with the underground. That is so weird. That's annoying. Wait, that's bad. So dropped resources can block ghosts, but they don't delete the ghosts like a tree would. Ooh. Huh. That is something to keep in mind when I deconstruct through rocks. If I do too much at once. Cause yeah, that obviously like had a problem that I didn't notice for the longest time. I have no idea what's happening over here. But we can fix that one. That one just didn't like the dummy rails. Because we do have a mod that basically adds like fake rails. And the whole purpose of them is to make that I can place stuff on landfill. But it does cause some issues sometimes. Or sorry, it places landfill automatically so I can place stuff on lakes. Oh, that's so weird. I can't believe I've never ran into that issue before. Okay, now it should have a train. Yeah, I got one pretty quickly. That should help a lot with building speed. Yeah, we're doing space exploration. We're not very fast, and right now we're just doing novice stuff. But yeah, we're doing space exploration. I really want there to be a way to fill up this roboport with bots up to like 50. I guess that might cause issues. Yeah, I've been playing this most Sundays for the past like 6 months or so. Yeah. When I first started playing it, I played it like almost every day for like a couple weeks, a month, and then I switched to just Sunday streams. So yeah, we are up to like space science 1, 2. We have tier 1 of almost all the space sciences except for deep space, but that one's really far. Yeah, no, we are not going fast. This is my very casual first time I've ever put more than 20 hours in a single Factorio world playthrough. So we are basically learning Factorio basics for how not to expand a base, how to deal with biters when you're expanding really far. Because I mostly did speedruns, right? Or like modded challenge runs where the goal is launching a rocket. I very rarely go past launching a rocket. So a lot of the time in this run has just been learning how to make a larger base without it being terrible. But we've also committed to a bit of just making the main base as spaghetti as possible, which has not helped, admittedly, but it is incredibly fun. Yeah, rocket reusability has been... That's just our go-to research when we have no idea what the heck we're doing it. You've never pronounced my name correctly? It's Larius, not... What is that? It's Larius, not Larius? Okay, but... I thought it was a pun on hilarious. Is it not? Do you just use that pun? Because that I think that pronunciation is on you if you use that pun a lot. So what would it be? Is it Larious? That I feel like that would be a very unexpected pronunciation. But my most likely guess would be it's a Lar. Wouldn't that by Hi Larry Ouse? Wait, for which one? Oh no, you guess you were saying it. Oh, okay. Okay, making me second guess everything. You were making me second guess how to pronounce hilarious, if I'm being completely honest. I genuinely did not believe I was pronouncing that word correctly, despite it being a very common English word. Although that one's definitely self-gaslighting on my part. Or as I like to call it, denial. I feel like denial is a big part of our play style. Okay, I think I see why this didn't work. There we go, okay. Native English fails at... Yeah, I feel like native English speakers fail the most at speaking English, because we just get too deep into our own dialects and just make stuff up. Like, I think I've mentioned it before, but I pronounce churn weird. Like, I take a left turn. Um, my accent is to pronounce it with a ch. I don't know what region it comes from, but it's obviously some kind of accent. But yeah, my roommate grew up in a different part of the state and didn't have that pronunciation, but like my part did. So anytime anytime I was giving directions, he just mocked me. I'm churning over at how I pronounce churn. But it's weird because I don't pronounce it like exactly like churning butter or like churning over. It's like slightly more of a T sound, but barely, which I think makes it worse. Okay, so this is nice. Our base is actually almost fully encapsulated. That is pretty significant progress, actually, because there's a lot of resources we just expanded to gather. Yeah, now nobody will ever be able to unhear how I pronounce these for the rest of time. Yeah, that was my clear goal. I really wish that we were bringing cliff explosives into our outpost. It's technically fixable, but I don't think I want to fix it. Okay, so we're not going to delete these walls because they are nice to have as a backup. However, I don't. I guess that's not a big deal. I was gonna say, however, having to go from here to here to here to here to here is a bit slow, and that is true. But no train on this outer network moves more than once every like 15 minutes, so it doesn't need to be close. Now we can finally. Took us an hour and a half to build this, and you know the funny thing, um, we have Spidertrons researched. It's just they're not set up yet, so we can't really use them. But by the time we finally got these set up, Spidertron's finished researching. So yeah, that's the state of our build right now. Now, why is this not researching? It looks like we're Astro Science Limited. That might just be significant significant data. Now that's bizarre. We should be producing a lot of that. Oh, energy science isn't running. I see. Okay. Ah. Okay. Well, that's fine. So we don't have enough holmium production yet, so it stops every now and again. We have to like kind of manually launch rockets. I think we need to change it to launch anytime it's empty. Although if we just wait a couple hours, we'll start getting space science again, so maybe it's fine. But we can also just launch. But yeah, we're pretty close to producing enough to constantly run our science. But if we ever expand science, it obviously will be problematic. Okay, I wanted to check cores. So we just improved it a little bit today. So we were producing about 5,000, now it's producing almost 6,000. And this is probably from today, right? Okay. More accurately, it's about 5,000 to 5,800. So we did increase our core mining by, what is that? 20%? A little under 20%? Like 15, 17%? Something like that? 16%? Okay, that's not too bad. Considering that was just like a byproduct of other stuff we did, that's not too bad at all. It's so nice being safe. And we can even get another one, make it like a flat 20%. This isn't set up. This is not set up properly. Hold up. Aha. Okay. So we actually have a little bit more than we think we do because that's been idling for a bit. Why is it not working? That is the... Oh. We tried to place that on the corner and we accidentally placed it on the other side, so it turned that into a weird double rail, which broke everything. That's such an easy mistake to do. Okay, so auto core is good. Are there any more core drills within our network? I want to say no. Also, what is Chaz? Oh, that must be a default station. Okay, we have refueling in multiple spots, so we finally have flamethrowers in our outer layer. We have some repair packs to make it that bots can repair the walls a little bit quicker. We have walls, flamethrower turrets, anything that needs to be replaced quickly up close to the walls. Now, we do need to set up some kind of artillery station somewhere. We need to see what the range of Big Bertha is. So that's one of the things that we need to work on, and that's why I wanted the wall expanded. Because for now, I think if we do... How do I even see the range of this? Okay, so the range of Big Bertha is roughly from here to here. So if we place another one over here, that should get this entire, like, eastern half, right? That's not the east. That should get the entire western half of our planet. Yeah, close enough. I know directions. I definitely know directions. So if we get here, we get one like here, we get one here, we get one here. That should get most of the world. It's going to take a long time. But it will eventually clear the world. I mean, a lot of this is already within range. It's just not getting any artillery fast enough, right? Like, we're just not producing enough shells. But we can put spots... Actually, no, that's turned off. I don't know why it's not working then. Don't know. Oh, it's probably still scanning areas. The way it scans them, it has a lot of moments where it idles for a fairly long time. Because it does, like, chunk by chunk. It kind of scans like a radar. Geez, there's a lot of... I think someone's, like, working near me. Because there's a lot of, like, thuds that I hear in the nearby rooms. Okay, so I feel like this should be a blue belt. If you get that thing that lets you direct artillery, then they get larger range. So this is a modded artillery that's supposed to have the manual and auto range be identical. So I think it's just an issue with scanning as opposed to like an actual range limitation. So I think it's just scanning like this section right now for enemies. Because we can see this range. That's the manual and auto. Because someone convinced me to download a mod that gives me the Big Bertha. And it is such a fun artillery that it's totally worth feeling kind of cheaty. Yeah, I think if we set up, let's see, here, 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 and here, we could set up like 4 artillery stations. And then we can eventually set up an artillery outpost. That's a good goal. And then iron needs waiting area fixed. Okay, so we learned last time that we don't have this train move often enough, I don't think, for this to work. Yeah, okay. I think I vaguely remember. Let's actually just fly there. We need to go there anyway. It's just straight south. But yeah, basically we realized last time that our train, once the iron is done, doesn't actually have anywhere to wait. Which means it just sits there not transferring resources while there's like a full train like backed up here. So we have an easy fix. I'm sorry. A rocket for artillery shells is absolutely hilarious, and I kind of want to do it. That's really good. Why don't I hate this? No, that's so funny. Chat, I feel like I need a reason not to do that, but I can't think of one because it's very silly and it sounds exactly like the thing I should do. Okay, so basically we need to just make a waiting area for iron, like right here. However, destination is full, so we need to we needed to wait in a different spot. do it. Oh, that's that's not a reason not to do it, but it's a reason to do it. Okay, it sounds like a plan to me. I'm glad I have such a supportive chat to support my cursed plans. Okay, this works. It's also practical, then you can just land a rocket wherever you want artillery. True. Now, one thing we have to consider is packing density. Artillery does not hold a lot of shells, right? So what we can do... Also, this needs a station, right? Oh, yeah. I wanted a station to be here. Yeah, okay, I remember now. I remember what I'm doing. But yeah, basically, what we can do to get around that is pack the materials to craft stuff instead. So I think that's the best. I think that's the best option. Now we can just kind of remove this. Yeah, that should work. But yeah, if we launch the materials to craft shells, that has a packing density of like 10 times higher or something, right? I actually don't know how much higher it is. Probably like 50 times higher. Maybe 25. Let's see. Artillery shells require 8, 4, and 1. Artillery shells stacked to 1. So we have to take the average of those. Explosive cannon shells. We could send... They stack to 200. So those are definitely not the limiting factor. I think explosives are a limiting factor. Yeah, those only stack to 50. And radars stack to 50. So we can assume that explosive cannon shells take practically nothing. So yeah, we could say it's about at least 6 times, probably about 12 times the packing density as a rough estimate. Or you can not and load the artillery directly from the landing pad. Well, the issue is that rockets are expensive and 500 shells is not a lot whenever we have this many bases to shoot. That's really my only problem with it. Okay, so we need auto iron, and then we need auto iron weighting. There we go. That's all we need to add in between these. Okay, and then this can be time passed. Honestly, does not matter. Let's just do inactivity though. Inactivity 5 seconds, sure. Okay, that should work. Auto iron in, then it goes to iron out. Then it goes to iron waiting. Okay. Are these our only 2 trains? These might be our only 2 trains. Did we just have these in the wrong order? Wait. I don't know why that completely skipped that. Whatever. Whatever, it should be fixed. Okay, well that didn't fix it because we messed up, but it mostly fixed it. It mostly fixed it. Okay, that will fix itself now. It will take a long time, but it will fix itself. So now we just have to figure out what trains this has. Just these 2. Okay, so that's an easy fix. Cool. But yeah, I do like the idea of loading directly into a rocket, because that's funny. 500 shells isn't that much. Oh, but what if... Ooh, hear me out. Now we can instead just leave the artillery. So it fires, we send 1 rocket to it, then we just abandon it completely and we do something else. Okay, so it doesn't look like this is actually getting any more iron. How is this still getting iron? There's like a single miner over here that's still getting like 5,000 resources. Okay, I just kind of want to shut this off actually. Big electric drill, because this is silly. Drill. It's silly that this is still doing something this late. This has been running, by the way, since like the game started. That's why it's wild. I'm not going to bother beaconing it, but that should help a bit. Okay, and then this one, I feel like we don't actually need to go there very often, but it's okay. Because eventually I would like to just have the adapter run a short distance, because that will be better. I love my adapter though. It's fantastic. Okay, they finally made their loop around. Awesome. Okay, so I think that was our biggest problem with iron. Now we probably need more iron trains, so we can do this pretty quickly. And we can do one here as well to replace it. Got to get that last 5k iron. That's a ton of steel. I know, right? It's like a whole 1,000 steel, which is like 1,000th of a rocket. That's huge. Practically speaking, this does not matter. I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like you just get a little bit of compulsion to empty it. You know, it's a little bit more fun that way. Also, we can definitely replace this with rocket fuel. I did not realize that this was running off of that kind of fuel this late in the game. And by rocket fuel, I mean nuclear fuel. Nuclear. 5. This is like one of the only things we use logistic spots for, by the way. Oof. That should work. Okay. Yeah, that works. Perfect. Yeah, this is one of the only things we use nuclear fuel for. Once you get Pyroflex recipe, close steel gets really close to 1-to-1. Really? Oh. I haven't actually looked at the recipe for in a while. I do have the Pyroflex one. But on the I guess on the downside it does use oh, what's the word? It does use coal, which is a little bit annoying. There we go. Okay. So this can be activated to iron weighting. This could be activated to iron weighting. Also, why don't I just put this on the ends? That way they're easier to paste. There you go. Yeah, coal. Was I not saying coal? Was I saying something else? I could have sworn I was saying coal, but I would also believe I didn't. Okay, so it's going to take forever for this one to clear itself unless we do it by hand. So let's just do that by hand. When I started saying that, it wasn't it wasn't close. Okay, so now we can set up some iron drills because we have a lot more resources available to us now. Okay, I said just a delay. Nice. I say the wrong word a lot, so I say the wrong words a lot, so like I would have 100% believed it without question. It just seemed like something I would do. Oh, this is a lot of iron. Also, should I be using mining productivity better? And then the next question is, why don't I have mining productivity 4 in these? Do we have mining productivity 4 on this planet? Because that would definitely explain why. No, we don't. Okay, so that's why we don't have mining productivity 4 in these. That tracks. Oh, these are working so... Well, I guess every time I look, they've just gone to delivery, so it makes it look like they're producing better than they are. It looks like we might need another train at some point. We have enough space for like 4 more trains, and then if we had a waiting area, that would probably be a much easier way to do it. You're too lazy to set up nuclear to your erudite planet, so you built almost a gigawatt of boilers. That's fair. I have... So for me, I have... What are they called? Rocket delivery cannons or something, cargo delivery cannons, something like that. Delivery cannons and delivery cannon chests. So I just send the 2 uranium I need through these, so that way it's really easy to set up. And that's been working pretty well. These seem to we finally struck a balance here now that they've emptied themselves of the 100. Well, they haven't completely emptied themselves in the tank, but they've emptied themselves of a lot of the excess. So these aren't having trouble anymore. They were overfilling for a while. You're just scared of a meteor hitting the power plant? I just make sure I have like 16 meteor defenses. So it's not like a foolproof plan, but like 16 to 24 meteor defenses has a very high chance of blocking it. So I'm not too stressed about it. We are not making nearly enough iron. But part of it is that our iron just wasn't running for a while. But it looks like we're also just not producing enough. Which makes sense. This is completely run out. Biggest headache for me, not the actual nuclear plant. So I've been doing the, so I finally have a blueprint. I actually do them in space. So if I go to this planet and go to orbit, this is just like a really easy blueprint that I can paste onto each planet. So it's powered. It's never going to stop being powered because it's in space, because it runs solely off of solar. Super cheap to run in most planets. Even the ones that are super far away, solar's still fairly cheap, although it requires a lot of scaffold. But I just do these above each orbit, and then I land on the planet. But yeah, you can just pass them through. So that it gets all their resources from one. This is just in case I accidentally load into the wrong rocket, but it just chains everything together. And since they fire so slowly, they move fast. Yep, you can do them in orbit, apparently. I did not do that for the longest time, which is why I was struggling to defend a lot of planets, because they do cost a lot of power if you can't run them, with solar power. It adds up. And if you ever have like a power spike, everything just stops, which is bad. But yeah, it turns out it's a very easy fix of just building them in space. I don't know. For some reason, I thought they were separated. I also thought that would work better. That's gonna keep trying, isn't it? There we go. Let's do auto iron in. I thought I would delete that faster. Okay, there we go. I guess I don't have enough trains to have this much of a waiting area, but one can believe. Okay, so we don't have an iron blueprint per se. However, this is fairly functional, so I think this will work. Yeah. Yeah, this is all right. Okay. Fairly functional is just about as good as I can get when it comes to train stuff. So this is ore. Now, one nice thing about this ore deposit is that I only ever have to change the station name, but this is set to use any resource. So it can mine any ore, as long as that ore is a multiple of a stack size of 50, which is nice. So this can go, let's see, where's the train? We're gonna be wasting a lot of train rails here, but I guess that's fine. You love the meteor defense cannons, both protects ground and orbit. Yeah, they're so nice. I did not know that for the longest time. I mean, I guess I knew that. It's like one of those things like I knew because obviously I didn't have any in orbit and I was being protected in orbits, but I didn't like acknowledge it enough to redesign my base around it. One of those kind of like inherent knowledge things where you just kind of accept it, but you don't think about it. And then as soon as I started thinking about it, it's like, oh, this is really, this is really nice. Then things got a whole lot better. Okay, so hopefully this works now. It's still coming from the wrong side. We have two options here, and I'm going with this one. Not redesigning it. Because that's the easier way, right? Yeah. Yeah, technically correct. And it's not like it needs to be that. Not like it needs to be that space efficient right now. We're just trying to connect a bunch of iron patches. Okay, and now I just manually place some signals, and there's like a 50-50 shot. We broke it because we do that a lot. We really need to make some kind of outpost that we don't have to connect randomly. But, you know, we do what we can. We do what we must because we can. You know, as GLaDOS would say. I don't know why that popped in my head. I guess I don't say we do what we must much, so that's probably why. Okay, so for the outposts, is mining productivity worth it in drills? Because I feel like it's basically free, right? Because we will get them back. Yeah, it's practically free. There's no reason for me not to do it. You know, I have a redesign that I want to do with this, though. There we go. And then this can go here. Actually, we can even save some entities. If we're doing a redesign, we might as well save the entities for it. There we go. Okay, so that means I no longer have to worry about overlapping, because the way I used to have it set up, they could overlap left and right, which caused a lot of just very occasional problems. There's no reason for that to be an issue, so let's get rid of this. Because this is the same blueprint, but now the beacon is shifted and it uses an underground. So that should be a lot nicer. And then the ore is over here. Now I think we could probably make this a little denser, but I don't think we're that hurting for resources ever. Oh wow, does that cover the match perfectly? Oh, it does. Nice. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is 4 to connect. Awesome. I like how oh, let's save the entities, and then I just do this. I mean, for the most part, I don't care that much about entity savings, which is why it happens. But if I'm making a blueprint that I'm copying, obviously I might as well save the entities when they're free. But for random connections, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Ooh, we finished the reusability. I mean, I guess for now, we just start on the next one. Let's see, how close are we to mining productivity? Biological science is at 4,000. Okay, so we're halfway to mining productivity. Are we actually producing it? Biological science. We're producing 1 every 10 minutes. So technically, yes, we've been producing it this whole run. It is incredibly slow. But why? Oh. That's weird. This just must not be connected properly. Because this kind of mistake is a bit odd. Yeah, this has to be like a processing speed issue. Wow, really? We're producing that many junk data cards that we can't deal with this? Okay. I don't have a great fix for this. But I do have a fix for it. So technically, yes, I have a fix. I guess that's what matters, right? Okay, so this can now fit somewhere here. Okay. Yeah, this will work. This will work. I see the line. I can't wait until I make one more science and this no longer works. But it's a band-aid for now, and it's a band-aid we need, so it's fine. And then I think if I place this right, I might be able to get both of these powered, but that's kind of pushing it. Don't worry about entity counting. Sounds like a speedrunner thing to do. That's true. Entity count does not matter, does it? Oh wait, that does fit perfectly. For some reason I thought it was offset by a tile. Okay, this should work. I mean, we don't have an input, but I'm hoping it works. Okay, so now we need output. 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 And then this can go here, I think. I don't know if this will be speed limited ever. But I also don't think we can force a side load here. Actually, wait, let's check. This does get side loaded, so we can force a side load. Awesome. Okay, that works. Now that middle one isn't getting data cards. Is it not? We looped it around, right? Or is there something else that's broken about it? Oh, now we have another problem. Now we have another problem. Excellent. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I feel like my stream delay is higher than it normally is, but I don't know what could cause that. None of this is necessary, actually. So we can just delete this and turn this into a recycling area. Maybe I should just be sending all my data cards here. That would be easier. But yeah, this water doesn't go anywhere. This is where we used to do our beryllium processing, which I think it was a mistake to do beryllium processing how we're doing it. For now, it will eventually be better, but I don't know if we'll ever actually reach the point where doing it on the planet is better. Because like it's one of those things where eventually rocket reusability becomes so high that launching rockets is effectively free aside from the fuel. And then productivity bonuses make up for the fact that you're launching more rockets. That's basically the general idea behind doing your processing on a planet. You get mining productivity bonuses. Downside is you launch like 5 to 10 more rockets. So eventually it pays off, but at the moment it is not anywhere close to paying off, which is rough. Okay, so this just becomes scrap. Okay, so that's very easy to deal with. Awesome. So if we split this and send it through, I think we'll be okay. This is spaghetti we're used to. We know how to make spaghetti. Yeah, this will be fine. This is very easy spaghetti, honestly, compared to a lot of other monstrosities we've created. Did you say processing on the planets requires fewer rockets? No, it requires more rockets, but you get a lot more resources out of it because of the productivity. And eventually the rockets become cheap. So it doesn't require fewer rockets, but it becomes cheaper. Eventually. But that eventually is once you have like really high once you have really high reusability and really high level prod mods. So I don't know how close I am to getting there. It's just something that I know is technically true. I just don't think it's anywhere close to where I'm at. Oh, that too. Also, if you do space trains and space... Although those won't change, like, processing beryllium that much, I don't think. I guess it depends how you have your base set up. For me, space trains and spaceships won't affect that kind of processing. I thought it required fewer rockets because of stocks. Yeah. So process, I guess, when I say on planet, I mean like specifically for stuff you mine in space. So like sending it from space to a planet to process and then back to space. So specifically for things that you aren't producing on a planet already. It's like, it's not true for like iridium because that you can just mine on a planet. No, I forgot that there are other resources because I was just talking about beryllium and then realized the general processing for everything is the same. So I didn't provide enough details for it to, make any sense. Okay, so where does this scrap output? Onto here, it looks like. Okay, that's reasonable. Perfect. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh. This doesn't solve the problem at all. This is a different problem. But we just cleared out some space for recycling, so we can fix this. Okay. That can go there. This can go here if we ever need a third one, and this can be deleted, and there we go. That looks all right. Looks a-okay. And then space pipe can be here, which I think will fit. Perfect. Space trains and spaceships eliminate rockets, and oh, that's true. There is the space elevator. But it doesn't eliminate rockets if you're mining something on an asteroid. So like it in the chain that I'm talking about, I guess it doesn't really do much unless I go from here to novice orbit and then down to novice orbit and then back up, but I don't really expect I'll do that. I don't think the rockets sound that fun. I'll use them for building purposes, but I don't really have plans to use them for... So I guess I should have been more specific. The way that I want to use them, it won't change my processing at all. Not that they can't, but I think of them the same way I think of bots. I don't think they seem... I think they'll ruin a lot of my fun from the game. So I don't plan to use them for moving resources outside of building materials at the moment. Unless I get incredibly overwhelmed. Oof. Okay, we need to figure out how to deal with this. Actually, we need to just connect that with a belt at this point. But yeah, I don't like using logistic bots outside of like moving building materials and occasional rocket components. But yeah, we need to connect this to this chest. How do we do that? Stack size, stack. Okay. There we go. Do we want to take a clean route or do I want to take the messiest route ever? Let's go around my entire base. I don't see how this could possibly go wrong. What could possibly be wrong with this design? Yeah, I've heard ships are bad for performance, which only really affects people who are doing like mega bases in space exploration, but I am surprised. Like apparently rockets are cheap, or apparently rockets are like cheap performance-wise compared to the other options. Space elevator is probably not that performance intensive. This needs to connect here. Okay. Bots are simple. That's fair. If they're still a little bit complex, maybe it's not too bad. I remember in one of my oh wait, these don't get filtered. Hold up. How do I do this? This is literally just stone? Or are these blacklisted? These are okay, these are whitelisted. Ah, okay. Makes more sense. Rockets are cheap compared to belts. I don't know if we can... I don't know how true that is. Maybe. Belts are fairly bad on performance if you have enough of them. So like, maybe a rocket's better than having like a 10 million long belt. You wonder if anyone does interplanetary rockets? So funnily enough, that's what we're wanting to set up. I don't think it's a good idea, but we do have plans to set that up right now. We were talking about that at the beginning of stream. Okay, so this buffer will take a while, but that's okay. I don't care that much about that. Yeah, that's true. We can't possibly draw a parallel. I mean, I guess we could make a really, really long... We could generate the entire world to a 2 million tile world and test it, right? That sounds reasonable. When you eventually get there for Naquium, you might use some rockets. Might. Wait, Naquium? Are spaceships a Naquium thing? Aren't they a lot earlier than that? Or is that one unlocks the ability to land on planets? Wait, what is this? Oh, just a stress limit. Okay. Something was off here, right? What were we doing? We were fixing data chips. Okay, they seem a lot better now. I think we're sideloading at the wrong spot because this looks like it's going to back up. I don't think we're sideloading early enough in the chain for this. Is it? Wait, isn't this the first part? This is literally the beginning of the chain. Never mind. That can't be right. Oh, except we do have more production. Where did these go? No, this is literally the beginning of the chain. Okay, so if this backs up, we have other problems. But this theoretically shouldn't be able to back up. However, we could do buffer chests to make it that it backs up less often. But yeah, it's one of those things where it can technically back up, but on average it shouldn't because we have the prios set correctly. Oh, except we don't have it side balanced. Should I be side balancing it? I guess this fixes that. So now it should be good. Right? Oh, wait, no, it can't be. No, it needs to be side loaded. What? How did that get over there then? Huh. So yeah, these are only supposed to use one half of the belt. We might have bricked something slightly. Okay, that's a little bit odd. We set that up wrong. But other than the fact that it's working great. Okay, a little bit weird. I'm gonna be honest. Oh wait, let's do this. There we go. That's better. This is literally just to serve as a buffer chest. Okay. The belt's probably long enough that it didn't need the buffer chest, but that is equivalent to making the belt like 20 times longer too. Ships are earlier than Nakanum, but there's design and fueling constraints, but Nakanum can only be found in the outer interstellar asteroids. Okay. So what does Nakanum do to help this? Is it like a really good fuel? I'm wondering how it relates to the whole ship thing. Okay, well now we now we have a separate problem. Excellent. I'm glad our buffers are working terribly. Okay, come on. Really? That's clearly the issue, but why? Should I make these directional? Maybe that's what I need to do. That we just need buffer tanks outside of them. Because I feel like we have a lot of things, but it turns out that the builds are just so large that things within like a building really oh wait, we don't need a power pole there. Does like the internal buffers within a building mess with our storage tanks drastically? And I think that's causing some issues. Like this right here. We have to make this like, I don't know, 10K. So it very rarely runs. But the internal buffer in all of our machines means that these can eventually just spit out like 500,000 at once or something like that within pipes, which we cannot measure. Which we cannot measure with a tank. And I don't really know how to fix that just because of belt delays. So I've just been making this like really small. Let's do like 1,000. Let's make it really tiny. Yeah, I think if we didn't have such a spread out base, it wouldn't be as much of an issue, but I wasn't expecting the quantities consumed to be that high. See, that reminds me of an argument from eons ago. There's a Java chat thing that worked under Sun's Java, but not in old Microsoft one, and the dude was complaining that MS's Java was faster. Wait, what reminds you of that? Oh, is this for the belt versus rocket argument? Is argument the right word? Acceptance that it doesn't work. How did I get into this menu? There we go. Okay, this is stack size limited. That is not I was not expecting that. Although I guess we're low on insight, so it'll end up not mattering. Okay, so this one, that's an output. So if we reverse this, I think it does the same. I think it has the same effect. So we're basically just trying to make some things one-sided when we have the ability to do it. I think that should help a lot. It will reduce how much pipes can be storage. You said that aside of something not working, that's some. Oh, yeah, right. I remember. Yeah, I remember that now. My whole denial, my whole denial thing of if we ignore the fact that our base is broken, it's great. Yeah, I don't remember what it was too. Oh, I remember. We fixed the junk data card problem, but then we had another thermofluid problem. Okay, I think this is roughly correct. I feel like we just need to... We can press this button. I think this button is worth pressing, though. I think 30,000 of it is pretty cheap, and it probably clears our system enough to make it work a little better. I don't want to flush 500,000. That's a lot. It takes forever to rebuild. But this is a problem. But I don't know why it's a problem. I think it's because we set up the buffer in a way that isn't directional. So we can't limit the flow in and out of it without limiting these. So if we move these tanks somewhere else, I think that fixes it a lot. Like that might fix it. We have a pump going in and they can only... Wait, but how do we... No, wait, how do we use a pump to fix that? No, the pump would be on these. We would only cool if we need it. Which I think we actually technically have that set up. But instead of regulating the input, we're regulating the output. Okay, so we did manage to fit that in there. So I don't know exactly what the issue is here. And we can't have a directional pump because we have so many random things in the middle. I don't know which directions we can close off. Okay, yeah, I see why it's a problem. At least we transferred up here, so this is where all of our new stuff is being produced. That's a start. Well, the issue isn't coolers. Well, it might be now, but that wasn't the issue. I don't think. I think the biggest part of the problem was that we just had a very large amount of our resources stuck in pipes. So we kept adding new stuff. And now things are starting to not be cooled, so now it's coming crashing down. So it's a great combination. I feel like one or the other would have fixed it, or at least not made it so critically bad. I think this is reasonable. Actually, let's copy the ones with the speed 2s. Speed 2s are cheap enough. Okay, this should be fine. These can all be connected together, and then we can have the outputs, and then hopefully this fixes it. At least well enough. Okay, so this goes through here, and then these... This is what I was talking about, where these are connected. A little bit odd, but not, like, terrible. It's not exactly how I would want these to be connected, but it's functional. It's definitely better to regulate the inputs than the outputs, because of the whole internal buffer of, like between all of these, there's an internal buffer of like multiple storage tanks, which is really bad when you're trying to read from a storage tank, which is why I would rather regulate input and output ideally, actually. Both would be good. Okay. That's 24. This is 24. Okay, so this should more than double it, assuming we have the speed modules for it, which it looks like we do. We placed this. We placed all of these one tile too high. I didn't realize I misplaced these. There we go. Okay, that should help a lot then. And then we just need pipe going through for the other side. Okay, we have a lot of space we can expand it to if we just delete the power pole, I'm realizing, or the power network. Okay, so we need, I think it's time that we attach this directly to the network, because the adapter is starting to kind of like show its limitations. Are we still mining iron? Oh, we're mining iron. Oh wait, hold up, we're done with iron. Okay, so now we actually need to flip the adapter. Can we do that? Do they mirror perfectly? They don't. So we could do this, right? Yeah, that should work. Okay. I think that works fine. So this will never have a full cargo. So we can do 1 second pass. So we're basically just stopping there and then backing up to go there. It might be faster to do a loop, actually. Loops are technically faster than this, than fully stopping and shifting one tile. I'm not sure if loops break anything we have, though. I mean, I guess this is the only train here, right? So it shouldn't break anything. Yeah. Okay, we shouldn't need that. I wonder if I could just have bots build this fast enough. Probably. Okay. Now we should just be able to go directly from adapter to iron unload. So we can do inactivity here. Full cargo or 5 seconds inactivity. That's fine. And then, actually, that can technically go back and forth forever. I don't think, that's probably not a huge concern. Okay. And then it stops here at iron unload, where it stays for 60 seconds, or empty cargo. This one I want, because this one I definitely don't want to be just empty, or inactivity. Okay, and then if we can add nuclear fuel to this, I think that would be super helpful. That is the wrong kind of thing. But yeah, these are spending so much time accelerating. Gosh, this is a lot of backed up fuel. Probably should not have designed it like that. It's too late now. Okay, and then we can remove the fueling, and we can remove the fueling, and then we need to get a little bit of nuclear fuel for filling it to restart. I mean, technically we can probably leave it on. Yeah, we can leave it on regular fuel, never mind. But yeah, I think that works. I love my adapter. I just could not, I didn't want to have to get 4 belts of resources from here over to here, which it looks very viable to do now, so I don't think it's a problem anymore. But the adapter is so fun that I decided to roll with it. That's basically what it boils down to. I just liked it, so I left it, despite being just objectively worse. But at the time, when I was still getting half my iron from here, the adapter made a lot more sense, because I had iron here that I needed. So I set up the adapter when there was still iron here being used. So I needed both. Now that I can delete the train, I could probably replace it with belts fairly easily. Because I see like 3 spots here for belts, and we could do 1 here. So yeah, now it's fairly trivial. But it definitely had a purpose. A long time ago. Well, now it's just a vestigial structure sort of thing that I think is too fun to get rid of. Okay, that looks nice. Has our new iron lane actually been building? I feel like this is set up properly. Yeah, okay, this one's actually been working. That is incredibly surprising. It looks like we will not be doing artillery rocket today. Artillery rocket, though, is definitely something I want to do. Actually, I might have enough time. I have like 20 minutes or so. That might be enough time. I really want to do an artillery rocket. Okay, so easiest way to do it is to just fill up a rocket with artillery shells and just call it, say it's good, right? Ooh, you know, I can make an exception for bots here and just send rockets from one side of the planet to the other and then have bots fly the occasional rocket parts back. That could work. I don't mind using bots for space capsules because they're incredibly annoying. And it's not that many bot actions. It's going to be bot actions every like 10 hours, right? Definitely not a problem. Also, there used to be a time where we were turning all of our coal into processing fuel, and I was wondering why we didn't have enough coal for steel. Turns out all of these were powered by coal in the form of processed fuel, along with these 2 rows. We're just basically burning coal, which was like 80% of the coal I was consuming. That was because like I should be getting enough coal mostly from core mining to run a good chunk of my steel production. And yeah, it was not close because this was just consuming all of it. And it didn't help that all of my coal was any coal I needed was shipped from another planet, so it was also incredibly expensive. So it's not something I wanted to just waste. Initially, it made sense because I had way more coal than I can consume, but then I started setting up steel with Pyroflex. Because initially, steel wasn't a problem. Also, this can be deleted. There we go. These just kind of block the way. I've been looking for them for a while. Been trying to delete them as I find them. I feel like that might be the last one. No, there's still one over here. Where is it? It says there's one. I think it's moving. I wonder if it's just passing through and that's why I can't locate it. I'm so confused. Oh. Oh, it's not blocking anything. That's why I haven't bothered. It's just kind of chilling. But I still want to get rid of it. We can just get rid of it entirely. Because those are incredibly ineffective. Also, look at this iron. I mean, we were hurting for iron. Am I hurting enough to try to recover that? Definitely not. But I could. Okay, so we need a cargo wagon. We need a pass provider. Or not a pass provider, an active provider. And we need a Big Bertha. Let's request a Big Bertha. Okay, so Big Bertha, we can request 3? Don't know. Yeah, because I want to set up 3 of these. And then we need we need to ship artillery shells over here into our main base. Oh, this is so not a good option. I love it. Okay, so this doesn't go anywhere, right? Oh, this is this is not a concrete rocket. Okay. You're playing SEK2, so for you, steel's made with coke, so you already have to make sure some coal is dedicated towards making coke. Ooh, smart. So it's already, you already have it prioritized. Yeah, that is nice. Like when the mods make you need something really early, like in mods that require you to have wood or something for like circuit boards, then you need wood for like bioscience later. Like that helps a lot for having it already set up. Okay, so this can be the artillery rocket, I think. That should be fine. So if we can get artillery shells onto this, we're good. So now the issue is how do we get artillery shells over here? And you know everyone knows the answer to that. A big ol' heaping bowl of spaghetti. Bowl? Plate? Okay, spaghetti and plates or bowls? What's the general consensus? What's the preference? Do people have one? Because I feel like plates are pretty common unless you're eating alone. Then it's just a big old. Because bowls are definitely easier if you're lazily eating it off of the not off the floor, but just like at your table alone or like on a couch. Bowls are where it's at. Although I don't know. Is that is that a common thing to do? Do a lot of people eat on couches? Because I definitely eat a lot of meals on a couch. Paper plate only. Okay, now that adds another layer. You always have a plate. Yeah, plates. I feel like plates are the most common. Usually I do bowls just because like it's easier to eat like on a sofa, or even better, it's easier to cover in the microwave. Flimsy paper plate is definitely a bold move for a red sauce, though. I'll give you that. It's nothing if not bold, for sure. Okay, so what is my limiting factor with these? Because I feel like I could probably be crafting more shells, right? These are buffering. Okay, so this is crafting speed limited. We have enough explosives. These are backed up. So it looks like radars might be a problem. Nope, radars are good. Okay, so we can theoretically expand our production of shells to supply our artillery rocket. Awesome. The only issue is we have to do some ultra spaghetti. You like the somewhat early need for concrete and the slow walking speed makes concrete everything seem attractive. Yeah, you can. If you look at my base, you can see that we briefly agreed with that, and then we didn't have enough concrete, so I deconstructed everything, and we didn't go back after that. So, um, we just have like a little spotted, pockmarked base, for lack of a better description. And that's where we're at. So if you're ever wondering why my base has concrete so sporadically, it's because early on I wanted movement speed bonuses, and then I realized I couldn't afford it. And this is where we're at. Okay, so that is one belt for radars. So now we need a belt for cannon shells. Now cannon shells, we said we weren't producing fast enough. So those are plastic, steel, and explosives. All of those are really easy to get out of there, but I think our best bet is to just belt these out of here. Okay, so that's good. I don't know if there's anything else on this, though. Now this can belt... Oh, I was hoping that could go through it. It cannot. Okay, but it can go around. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Excellent. You had all of one concrete in summer, and then you're told the bots, hey, you want 72k concrete? Chop, chop, chop. Yeah, that's we do work our bots a bit hard, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't be so cruel to them, because then I remember I do stuff like that as well, and then I insult them for it. So I don't think I'm the nicest boss to them. But then again, they make deconstruction stuff disappear within 2 hours. So I think I can blame them on a lot of the problems I've had recently. Okay, that should work. Okay, this like almost works perfectly. We can definitely make this work. I'm surprised that we're able to... You know what? I'm not surprised. We always make spaghetti work. I'm proud of our ability to make this work. That's what I'm gonna go with. Because look how perfect this is. Amazing. We just need a new power pole. Now I can cut through here. And then we still need to improve our cannon shell production, so we're still gonna need to figure out how to do that. But this is a good start. I don't want to do that because I feel like we still need to expand rocket fuel a couple times, so we're actually gonna go around. We're gonna shift this over one. We're gonna shift this over one. We're gonna shift this down. Yeah, so if anyone's worried about us ever doing a city block base, that's gonna make our base builds boring. Just remember, this is what most of our builds look like. Okay, mission successful, I think. That is cannon shells and explosives. Now, I have a feeling that our explosives are not very expandable, but we can definitely do, let's see, a speed mod here, another long inserter here, or so not a speed mod. We upgrade speed mods there. That's a pretty sizable boost isn't the right word. It's a boost. At the moment, it's a huge decrease to production, but it should be better overall. Okay, now we need to figure out how to get more cannon shells. So easiest solution, quick solution, bam, more cannon shells. That's not expandable, so it looks like... Oh my gosh, wait, what is this? Huh. Okay, well, never mind. That's an easy fix. Never mind. We are good. Okay. We just convert that, and we're good. Nice. Just make a small military block that makes shells, explosives, and radars. Oh yeah, we could definitely expand the base too. 100%. We'll need that. I just wanted to get something connected to make sure this works in any way, like reasonably. But yeah, we'll definitely expand this and reconnect it. Okay, so for now, this is pretty solid. We need artillery shell recipe, which is here. Okay. How do we exit this menu? There we go. I don't know how many we need, so we're gonna do this. Let's do 3. 3 seems reasonable. I'm assuming we can't put prod mods in these. Yeah, that makes sense. Because it's not an intermediate product. I wasn't sure. There is no reason for it to be, but I felt like maybe there is a chance. And we're good. Oh, Zasper, welcome. You lost the blueprint somewhere, but you just have a military block that would make artillery shells and all the nuclear ammo. That does sound effective. We somehow don't have any radar, so something's messed up. We might just not be producing enough radars. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, what were you up to? You're working on your tasks? Ooh, wait. I see a great solution to this. Steel axe, nice. What's it down to now? Because it seems like it was lowered 3 times today. Was the general consensus? 8? Jesus, okay. Very nice. I imagine that has to have had some major changes then. Did it has new? Is it the same seed? Because that's wild. Okay, I feel like we don't have enough green circuits, but I don't know why. Ooh. We can take from here. Okay. Right now we're in the process of trying to like salvage what we can from the base just to get a bit of artillery. And then we can start not caring about space as much. But right now, we're a little bit space limited until artillery is improved. +1 burner. That's a lot for +1 burner. Feel like you were making missiles there. Oh, I forget missiles are a thing. If I'm being honest. Okay, theoretically, it would be best to sideload it here, actually, if it's specifically for... Yeah, okay. If I sideload it here, since it's specifically going towards radars, that would be better. We really just need to upgrade our base. Ooh, but this works. Okay. There we go. We sideload it, then we sideload it again. This is really just trying to make... This is such a strong Band-Aid cope right now. Oh my god. Wait, what? There's an issue in our base. So we should go fix that. Yes, yeah, there are belt crimes in progress, but we don't need to talk about those. I mean, we have to talk about those because that's what's happening right now, but we don't have to. There we go. Okay, now it's iron limited. Awesome. How are we low on iron? What? Oh, yeah, that tracks. Okay. Yeah, the base is a little bit under attack. So we tried to expand our base really, really far. We did not really double check that it was in fact fully protected against biters. And then we forgot about it. So that's on us. I mean, obviously it's on us. There's no one else it could be on. But this is a little bit worse than I expected. However, we have the biogun, which is... Oh, what's the word? Very deadly to me. So we'll see. Well, that's what the save was about. We can use uranium ammo, but we don't have enough. We don't have enough upgrades for uranium ammo or lasers to be that good. I think we just don't have enough flamethrowers, if I had to guess. That was a waste of a bio shot. I don't think we can make these yet. What's this called? What's this called? Bloat burst. Okay, so I feel like we can probably get it soon, though, right? Ooh. Oh, we can start making bloat burst ammo. Wait, what is this? A material processing chamber that utilizes biological process to break down unwanted materials. That sounds like it is entirely just flavor text. See, uranium really isn't even good at stock. I guess it only has an extra 24 base damage, but that's still 24 extra base damage. It's like double piercing. Or I do like almost double what piercing does. It's not like amazingly good, but it's still a decently better than what I had. But not enough for behemoths, apparently. I haven't really fought behemoths much. They're very strong. Okay, and before anyone says it, I get this comment a lot with my walls. Space exploration, the default mod pack has something that blocks projectiles. So the issue is not that projectiles shot over the walls and hit our flames. Just figured point that out before somebody says it, because we get that quite a lot. We'll just add an extra layer. It might just be that we don't have enough walls for behemoths, and then we also need more flamethrower damage. There we go. And we have a mod that adds the ability to landfill over water as well, which is super nice. But yeah, biter projectiles are not able to shoot past our walls, which is super convenient. I definitely recommend it. Yeah, should I just double up on all the flamethrowers? I'm guessing... I'm pretty sure that was the problem. It would be weird if it wasn't. Because behemoths are strong and we only have one. Well, I guess 2 flamethrowers in each section. Ooh, this could be... Oh, this might be the problem. Nope, never mind. That was just still being repaired. Might as well do triple. That's a good point. Flamethrowers aren't that expensive. What if we do this? I know you said triple, but what if we do quadruple instead? Because it's a nicer number. At least like every other. Or all of them. I mean, okay, we're launching so many rockets that the cost of flamethrowers is basically negligible. So I don't know why I care. These aren't getting fuel. Maybe I just wasn't getting fuel. Is it that simple? It could be that simple. No, this is a good idea. Thanks for reminding me that I could, in fact, just do triple. This is fantastic. Now I feel safe. Now I know these front ones won't hurt biters that are, like, directly against the wall. Actually, no. Never mind. It can still reach. I thought it wouldn't reach. We're good. I wonder if our internal buffer of fuel is enough, because we only keep 50k at each outpost, which should be enough. Yeah, that should be plenty. Oh my gosh, this is still a problem. Oh, okay. So we did fix it, but there's like a weird issues here with like dropped items. There's like a weird issue with like a dropped item that made it that these were never placed. That explains it. Okay, so they attacked here where we didn't have fuel because of that connection. The world makes a lot more sense now. I don't know what was causing this, and I don't really know a workaround for it. But we can just fix it manually for now. That should be fine. Okay, none of this stuff actually needs to be down here. Throwing it into the inventory is just going to waste it. Okay, well now that this place is nicely defended, do I think it's safe enough for me to put Big Bertha down here? Should we put our first test rocket? Or should I wait until I confirm it's actually safe? Because this is going to get hit a lot. Okay, so this is my idea, right? And then we do this to blacklist out artillery ammo. Artillery. To send stuff back into the network. There we go. Actually, let's use a substation because those connect better to the outposts. Oh yeah, so this is Big Bertha. It is one of the only mods... This is the only like non-quality of life mod we added outside of the mod pack. And it's really nice. What's whitelisted? Thank you. It was nothing supposed to be whitelisted. Good catch. So it has much more range than regular artillery, like 5 or 10 times as much. And it has the manual and the automatic range equal. And we have 2 of them because their scanning is a little bit weird. I don't know if 2 is worth it, but they're fun, so we'll do 2. So that way it can like burst fire better. But like they scan sections and then sometimes they have periods where they just don't attack and then they fire like 50 times in a row. So I'm hoping 2 makes it that it scans different areas. If they scan next to each other, it's worthless, but it has a shot of working. Okay, so we never powered this. It also still is not getting radars. Oh my gosh, we accidentally sideloaded. No, the spaghetti forsook me. Is that a word? Did we sideload a second time? I feel like forsook is a word. Don't know if it's the word I meant to use, but it's probably a word. Okay, so now these are explosive limited. Yeah, we need to make a little block to produce more explosives, which should be incredibly easy. Because explosives are just sulfur, so it's just water, petroleum, and then coal, which we should have nearby because this was a furnace, or not a furnace, a power plant. So it should have coal somewhere nearby. Oh, and it's also just to produce this plastic. So yeah, there should be plenty of coal. Okay, so theoretically, this will start getting artillery shells. And it can launch over at... we never gave it a name. What are they doing? I have no idea what these guys are doing. Oh, I'm in the middle. I'm over there. Artillery! And then even better, technically, we could use this artillery rocket later for clearing other planets. Yes. So we could theoretically launch artillery rockets onto other planets, and then that's when we'll be talking. That's when we'll start clearing planets. Although we've never actually landed on a planet that has biters on it, so like it doesn't really matter. But I like the idea of it. Why is that red? As you said, it's practical. That's true. It does have uses outside of just moving artillery onto this planet. Now, the idea of getting enough artillery that we can actually launch that many, that seems a bit unrealistic, but one can dream. Am I launching a rocket from one part of Novice to another part of Novice? Yes. That is currently the plan with this rocket. I don't think it's a good plan, but on the other hand, it's a really good plan. Assuming it works. I haven't actually tried. Okay, it does seem like it'll work. So yeah, this is literally spending like 50k fuel to send rocket from here to here. Definitely an expensive option. And then if we set this up with the requester chest for all the crashed rockets, we should be good. That's the wrong spot. Okay, if I set this to artillery, we will request 50. We sift that there, and then we set this back to capsules. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Oh no. I messed up. Ooh, I should not have done that. Okay. Now we have to do another temporary thing because I did that. Excellent. So now we have to move this over there. We have to move the row-port here. We have to move this over here. We have to move this here. Okay. That should work. Okay, that was more effort than I thought. Each artillery is temporary, that is true. That definitely helps a lot. I mean, if it's only temporary, why use cheap rails when you can use rockets? Because the rockets you don't have to place anywhere near rails. Of course, you want the outpost to be defended, so it does need to be somewhat near rails. Unless I also start shipping rocket fuel. Or like light oil and make it my own like nicely defended base. These don't fill up as fast as I would like. I think we need to upgrade this to a blue belt. Because it's going from belt... It's going from belt to train, which is a little bit too slow. I say slow like we don't have more than enough trains. So it's probably not a problem. Actually, we might not have enough trains. I might need to start making a waiting area for those so we can get more of them. Super secret. Oh. Ooh, wait. No, you're onto something. You're definitely onto something. I kind of want to delete this and place it right here where I know it can get like all the bases. That's a really good idea, right? I mean, the downside is I can't clear it and get the rocket components back like that. Not automatically. But there's like no downside, right? If I give it a solar panel, well, yeah, here it doesn't matter, but I could place it like here. to get like this section. I'll probably wait until I've cleared more, but for like the remaining spots, I'll probably just place like an artillery rocket here, here, and here. But yeah, new planet as well works. And if as long as you have solar panels, you're good. Okay. We have a little bit more time. I want to see if I can quickly set up explosives to get more of them. Also, I forgot we're still producing artillery over here. We should just... Honestly, I should just empty this and delete this entirely. Let's remove the requester chests. Because yeah, we don't use these. We don't use regular artillery. But yeah, that will start clearing and filling the rocket silo for me. I should not make it active provider. I can just do a passive. I just realized that will take like... This will take like 2 entire storage warehouses to clear those because they only stack to 1. I don't want them just in my normal storage. Okay, so explosives are coal, plastic, or not coal, not plastic either. Petroleum, water, and coal. That's primarily what it is, actually. Those are backed up, but I feel like I don't know if it's fixable. Let's see, where is it? I keep accidentally pressing N instead of M, so if anyone's wondering, I have to keep scrolling back, that's why. How can we fix this? We could do a filter at the end and loop it back. That will eventually fix it. That'll work. We just have explosives on the wrong side. There isn't really a great way to fix it with bots right now. Okay, so we need chem plants, we need sulfur, which is also chem plants. We need coal, so I guess we can do them in a row. What's the ratio? Explosives, let's see, sulfur produces 2 in 1 second. Explosives use 1 over 4 seconds. So 1 sulfur plant should be able to supply 8 explosive plants. Is that the ratio? Is that really the ratio? 1 to 8? 2 per second. This is 1 per 4 seconds. Yeah, and with prod mods, it's even different. Okay. I did not realize they were that cheap. I just assumed it was so expensive. I guess I had no reason to assume that. Are productivity modules something you can place in explosives? Because they are an intermediate product, right? Okay, that looks like it worked. Cool. We're learning lots of things today. Water, petroleum. There we go. Then we can just cut through for the water. Excellent. And I guess these can just go into a belt, and then we can also put coal into the belt. Probably do stacks part. The expensive part of sulfur is acid. Acid just gobbles up sulfur. But there's no acid. Or do you mean just like the expensive part of using up sulfur is turning it into acid? Not like the other recipes. Okay, and then input. Water, and then output. Okay, I gotcha. This can actually be made more dense, can't it? Because there's only 1 input. Yeah, okay. So this works swimmingly, I think. Honestly, this is very oblong. I feel like if I were to make a second one, I would actually like stagger it with itself, which would be kind of cool. I feel like we might... I don't know if we'll have belt issues with this. feel like we won't. Okay, and then 2, 2, 2, and 2. But yeah, we could definitely like fold it over to be over here as well. That would probably work decently. The real question is, if I do it that way, can I get a beacon to go to get all of them at once? Because that would be cool. That would be worth folding it. So that would be one tile over. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to beacon everything. Not the sulfur. I could do the explosives together though. But beacons are cheap, especially when I'm only putting speed mod 1s, speed mod like 3s in them, or 2s. Okay, and then substation, substation. Actually, I'm going to put this closer in case I do end up doubling it. Okay, that looks reasonable to me. Does this have enough output? Yeah, that should have more than enough output. I like how total raw it gives me water ice. It just feels a little bit weird because that's such a niche recipe. I mean, it's useful later, but it's weird seeing it as a raw ingredient. Okay. So that's explosives. That isn't our main limiter. And if it is a main limiter, it's actually a limiter over there. So we actually need to set up more artillery shells here using plastic. Oh, we need to get coal still. Oh yeah, it's super efficient. It's just weird to see it as like the mod actually broke it down into like a raw resource over like just regular water. Probably helps for calculations. But yeah, I use that on a good chunk of my planets. It is insanely useful. I don't think I saw any side loading in there. This is gonna have so much spaghetti. I love my base. Okay, that should be good. This is not connected to water. A very easy fix, though. Look at that. It has water now. Okay, so explosives should start producing. Awesome. Now, we need radars. Radars are tricky because I don't know how to produce them in this mod. Motors, yeah, those I am correct. Those are a little bit tricky, aren't they? Circuits, bricks, plates, and motors. So motors we do not have a ton of, but we did expand them the other day. So right here would probably be a decent spot for radars. There's even iron too. Unless, if RCUs are working full speed, this doesn't work. But I think this will work. So that's iron. We got these. I'm not sure about the ratios. We'll just assume 1-to-1 for now. Well, a lot of this is idled. Have our rocket parts backed up or something? Or are we limited by other stuff? Ah, of course. Everything else is broken. Somehow these are not being consumed for these. So how do we fix that? Also, plastic is going to be a problem. We don't actually have that much plastic. That's going to be annoying to get cannon shells for. Cannon shells. Okay, so we need the ability to send red chips from here over here. That is incredibly easy. I honestly am surprised that we haven't had that. I guess it hasn't been a problem before. I'm not sure why it's a problem now, actually. It's weird that it just kind of comes up out of nowhere now. Can this go over a tile? Yes, it can. Awesome. Unfortunately, Smart Belt was not on our side. Honestly, Smart Belt's never on our side, is it? I should stop being surprised whenever it forsakes us. Okay, we get red chips. Send that around. We have it hopefully side-loaded correctly. So that should make it all the way over here. Okay, so that'll help with our rocket parts, which we're at least producing some still. But we've definitely been, I think, net negative. Yeah, we've definitely not been producing enough because of that. I did not realize that we were so limited by that. Okay. I mean, I guess if I'd realized that, we wouldn't have you know, we would have fixed it a long time ago. So obviously, actually no, there's a lot of times where we notice something and then we just decide not to fix it for a while. This one was definitely a case of not knowing it was a problem at all. On the bright side, we have 5,000 rocket control units, so that is not a bottleneck right now. Okay, so if we can get bricks, everything is good. I've never made this many radars before, by the way. This feels so silly. Okay, so bricks, circuits, iron. Okay. So we need to sideload bricks over here. That's our best option. Now, I don't know where we're getting bricks. We haven't actually used them for a while. So if we do have them somewhere, they're really early in the chain. Like, way up here. That is troublesome. Let's see. We might be able to find... this is a little better, right? I think... I don't know. It's hard to say. It's not great. I don't think any place we can spaghetti bricks out of this isn't going to be great, though. Actually, yeah, that wasn't too bad. I can see some artillery firing, which is nice. Our artillery rocket, I'm realizing we do not have the resources to run. Like, not from the artillery shells, though. The fact that we aren't producing enough... the fact that we aren't producing enough... What's the word? Rockets kind of limits our ability to launch rockets. Who would have thought? Just get our bricks from the brick store? I should. That would definitely fix it. No, I need to get more bricks from the brick store. Can I also get artillery shells from the artillery shell store? Is that... Can we make that a thing? Because that would solve everything. Assembling machine. I like how we have a blueprint for upgrading an assembly machine still. From the good old days of... I don't know, when we had resources? Okay, so how do I do this? Ooh, I have an idea. Okay. Stack inserter in, stack inserter in, stack inserter in. Yeah. We haven't had to do a design like this ever outside of burner stuff. But it's still nice. Oh, you know what? You're not wrong. That's probably a good spot to get them. Okay. Radars. This is never gonna run full speed, but when it does, I'm gonna have so many radars. And then we can even do let's do an entire warehouse of radars. Why not? I don't see how this could possibly be overkill. Substation. Look at that. It powers everything perfectly. Bottom 2 missing right inserter. Thank you. I don't know how I'd manage that. With the copy, that doesn't make sense to me, but you know, we have stuff like that happen a lot. It's just always a little bit weird. Maybe I accidentally deleted it before copying it. You know what? These actually run pretty well. Whenever RCUs aren't running, these can run and produce pretty decent chunk of them, actually. I think I needed to double up on more of the inserters, though. Ratio-wise, this doesn't technically have enough it doesn't have enough green chips, but I'm hoping the green chips aren't a problem because they're on the close side, so they'll work fast. That's just kind of a guess, but that seems reasonable to me. Okay, so if I can send spare iron from here, this would help, but we can also do this. That should also help, because these are definitely not output limited, right? Yeah, let's just speed mod these so they can self-balance. Okay, that's good. And then artillery shells need explosive cannon shells, which need plastic, steel, and explosives. Okay, so obviously we're making a ton of explosives. So if we put a belt with radars and steel, I think we're off to a good start. Now, we could send the steel in a super compact way, because we do have it condensed right now, which is nice. We just need to figure out which belt it's on. So is this steel? Which one's steel and which one's iron? This one is steel. Okay. So we can put a splitter here. Perfect. We can sideload that, and then we can send this all the way through our base. Excellent. So now we just have to send this all the way back. Our artillery shell production is actually going to be really, really high after this, I think. Because this is a lot of iron. Oh, I don't want to go through there. This is a lot of iron that can theoretically go directly into artillery shells. That's the mall. Let's not cut through there. The mall. Like, the entirely bot-run mall, because I think bots for malls are totally fine. For some reason, I care about that. I need to make sure I don't delete all this landing. I guess if I delete a landing pad, I can just replace it remotely. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I acted like the mall had to go exactly in that spot, even though it's literally just copy paste magic bot stuff. We have standards, right? Some, not many. Okay. Ooh, we're close. Okay. We actually overshot it a little bit, but we can just produce them. We can just produce them here. Okay. So if we send radars up here, we're good. For shells, I guess it will self-balance, so we can just send these directly through. And we can even sideload them. Perfect. Because they actually happen to be on the perfect side. And then for this, I wanted to filter out the shells to the left. And then recycle them. Just to get them on the correct side of the belt. Okay, that looks good. I'm assuming those can't get intermediates. These can. Prod mods are definitely worth it. For sure. I feel like the cost will add up. Okay, now we filter out the radars. I don't know if this is enough assembling machine for cannon shells, actually. Because these produce real slowly. Oh, you can always speed mod them. Although, I think with the way we have it set up, let's see. Long inserters... Actually, yeah, this is good. This is set up in a way that won't be inserter limited if we add a beacon. As long as we put new artillery shells here. Okay, that's good. Okay, we cleared the belt, so radars are now getting to all of them. This needs a filter, which we'll have to cut and delete it. Radars to the left, steel to the right. We'll loop these around. Sideload that. And then steel gets processed in a machine like so. Now steel, I feel like we can probably just do inserters like this for unpacking, because we don't need a ton of steel. 5 seconds. Yeah, long inserters should work for this. Especially since we can do it with one power pole, which is nice. Worst case scenario, we add more of them. It's super easy to do. Okay, that is the wrong kind of belt. It's so nice being able to use blue belt everywhere, though. One thing I'll never be able to do with burner inserters. Okay, so cannon shells are produced in assembling machines. I'm pretty sure. Now, I feel like no, these can't get productivity bonuses. That's silly. Wow, where is it, by the way? Okay, so inputs. I doubt we need a stack size input. So this should be fine. This is almost in range. We'll just place it here, though. I can use blue belts with burners in 2.0. I can. I don't think... I think they'll still be bad. But it will make them a little bit more reliable to use with blue belts, for sure. Actually, maybe they won't have any downsides. there might still be downsides going away from it, because their fix is to just increase the extension speed, right? So it could still be limited, but it's definitely not. It's going to be way less limited. So yeah, it'll be nice to design it, because that's very silly. Oh, maybe I'm thinking like for burner hundo, I wouldn't need it, because obviously I'm going to be, it's 100% run. Blue belt's expensive. Red belt though. Red belt I'll be able to use regularly without having to do weird circuit logic. That part I'm very much looking forward to. Okay, and then we can do just a couple of these, and then we should be good. And then these should not be stack size limited in any way. Oh yeah, these take way too long for that. The burners are able to lock onto items on the belt. It was just too slow to react. Yeah, which I think is an issue with it's an issue with yellow belts too, and I think long inserters on corners. Burner inserters is an issue on everything, on everything that's more than a red belt or even like a turn of a yellow belt. It's fantastic how bad they are. It's impressive actually. Okay, so the only thing we're missing now is a little bit of plastic, which we should just be able to produce here since we do have the coal. I don't know why I'm building it like that, like I'm actually expanding to build something else here. We can, ooh, wait, we can build them lower and use the beacons. That's even better. Perfect. Okay. So long inserter inputs would be good, and then fast inserter outputs, I think. And by fast inserter, I mean stack inserter. Okay. And then coal input. Cool, and then this should be, well, not an entire half belt. This would be an entire half yellow belt. I keep forgetting this is blue belt, and the throughput of it is massive. I'm not going to run into a problem with that anytime soon. Okay, this should be this should be decent, right? So this can produce, theoretically, probably like 15 plastic per second. This consumes 6.5. Oh, that only consumes 6.5. Okay. We can double this. Should I double this? I should double this, right? I should double this. Yeah. 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 I see no reason not to. For this project that is not necessary at all. Let's spend the resources to make it more fun. Yep. Nope. No downside. YOLO. Okay, so this powers this. Right. Actually, let's do the inputs first. Because I cannot visualize where the beacon's supposed to go. I'm glad I did that, because I was not placing the beacon in the right spot. Okay, I don't actually know if I have enough coal for this. Oh, never mind. These are so cheap. These are really just crafting speed limited, huh? Like, pretty much everywhere. I really thought the limitations would be much more than just crafting speed bottlenecks. I thought these were cheap. Or I thought these were just pricey. Huh. Who would have thought? Now I'm actually regretting my decision to build this like this. I thought it wouldn't be a problem, but now it is. That was such an immediate regret. Well, I guess it took like 5 minutes, but it was pretty immediate. Okay, I mean, it's such an easy fix too. But you know what's an easier fix? That. Ooh, wait, hold up. This is even better. Oh, wait, even better. Well, I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter, but even betterer is just using substations, which I do have and have had for a long time, and if you can't tell, I'm still getting into the habit of using them. I'm a lot better about it now. Just because I'm starting to actually, you know, process I have them. There we go. This this is a capsule build. Or this is an artillery build for sure. Definitely more than I've ever had before. And then speed 3s are an easy fix. We could also do a beacon if we move this power pole. We can do a beacon here and here. Then we can upgrade all of them to speed 3s. Then we can realize we're gonna like run out of power if we try to launch this many shells. It'll be fantastic. Okay, let's hope this is right. Let's see, max rate calculator. This uses 8 explosives per second and 4 cannon shells per second. This produces 6. Okay, so once this has the speed modules, this should be able to consume almost all of it. I think the ratios are a little bit off, but it shouldn't be too bad. I guess I could just be doing this, huh? Positive. I don't know which numbers are which. Yeah, I don't know which numbers I care about. But everything seems okay. That's what matters. These are actually not running perfectly. Actually, wait, never mind. I am imagining it. I feel like I probably need more sulfur. Because I think I'm producing like the bare minimum sulfur. If I do like one more here, I think it's plenty of wiggle room. There we go. And then plastic. That seems totally fine. It's beaconed. We can always give it modules if we need. Oh, that's fantastic. These are so silly with how they look. Okay, let's look at our artillery shell production, though, over the past 10 minutes. It went from... I don't know what unit that's in. Is that per 10 minutes? Okay, it went from 20 over 10 minutes to 140. So we can technically launch a rocket every 4 minutes. We can't afford this. We can't afford to run Big Bertha like this. I'm so glad we did it, but we can't afford that. Should I be doing... No. I'm okay with the decision. What we should just be doing, though, for now, is also still launching from inside Novice to reduce the amount we need at the artillery station. So if we just have Big Bertha right here with their own, let's do like a medium size strong box. Because with like scanning, you do need a little bit of a buffer. And then I could even do a splitter if I really wanted to. Make it that half go somewhere else. But yeah, that's a very, very sizable increase to our ability to destroy biters. And also summon biters to attack us. Now, I think at peak, these consume a lot of power, right? But I don't think that we're power limited to worry about it. I think if you have a huge array of them, it can add up. But I'm pretty sure Bertha, yeah, they only use like 20 megawatts. You need a lot of them for it to be a problem. And it's not normally going to be a problem by the time you get to... actually, I could just do this. It's not normally going to be a problem by the time you get to nuclear. The boxes are going to gobble up the shells with how infrequently they pass. Yeah, well, I'm also going to do a splitter. But the boxes don't hold a lot. They only hold like 20 shells. Well, 100 shells. But like the issue is that with the artillery, they just don't run. There's lots of moments where they just don't shoot for like multiple minutes. So if you want them to be able to actually shoot full speed for a while, you ideally want some kind of buffer. So like right now they're not, well, actually yeah, right now they're not doing anything because I think they're scanning. Maybe I probably don't need that many. I can probably deconstruct a couple of them. I think I'd be fine with just one set. Yeah, that seems reasonable to me. And then how's our rocket components? Has that recovered? I just want to kind of make sure that our base is in fact producing with all the stuff that we fixed today. Ooh, this iron is so nice. I'm actually going to add that to to-do list. Or change this one since we have that. More artillery rockets. So I think next week when we play this, we'll also still be doing novice stuff. And then we can go back into space stuff. Because we still have... I want to claim most resources within our area. Because there's a lot of oil that we need. We're running low on oil. Especially now that we're consuming a lot more. So we need to connect 2 to like 6 more oil patches next time. Iron, I would like to connect more iron because we didn't connect a very large patch, 3 million. But there's another like 15-ish or so within our network that I would like. I have no idea what this is. Oh, this is that issue I was talking about. Where bots won't deconstruct, or they're struggling to deconstruct things dropped on the ground, and I don't really know a way around it. It's really weird. I haven't run into the issue before, but it's caused a lot of problems today. I wonder if it's like a weird synergy with the landfill mod, because that doesn't feel like a vanilla thing. Okay, this still isn't working. Actually, wait. Huh. Interesting. Is this just too far away? Do we not have enough requesting? What's the problem here? Do we not have enough core mining? Oh my gosh, I think we actually don't have enough core mining core mining trains. So we just need a waiting area for these, right? So if we just do this, that lets us get a couple more trains, right? Alternatively, we can make this wider. But yeah, I think we can get a couple more trains this way, which is nice. Okay, that's all right. Does this not work? Yeah, it does. Okay. Underground, 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 underground. It's a little weird, but it does give us space for more trains, so I'll take it. Okay, so we need every 4 train lengths, something like that. Yeah, yeah, because these are fairly normal length trains. Unlike our burner ones, which are insanely long for no reason. Well, not for no reason. It's because burner inserters are terrible, but they feel like they're unnecessarily long. Okay, I think that works. And now I can copy this. We don't really have a staging area for trains. But this can fit, let's see, we added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We added space for 5 more. Should I do it here? Is this a bad spot? Will this cause problems if I just place them in the middle? 2, 3. My guess is yes, but I'm hoping they get built fast enough. Because I know I know there's like that problem where if a train passes by, it can technically be connected. Like that. Yeah, if I have to ask, it's a bad idea. That timing was perfect, though. But yeah, if a train is placed, it can immediately crash, or the other option is it can, if the timing is really perfect, it can grab onto the wagon and like pull it with it, which is just hilarious. At least I think it can happen while moving. Yeah, if I have to ask, I probably should not do it. But you know what? We don't learn lessons here. Okay, so if we just delete this, I think it's fine. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, so we activate this one, send it to auto core out. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Oh, yes, it does make sense. Okay. Wait. Okay, I see what I did. So we have a couple options here. We can either increase the amount of trains that can wait there, or we can have a waiting area here. Auto core out waiting. The advantage of doing it this way is I don't have to figure out how many trains I have. That's the only advantage. It's not a huge advantage at all. I was not copying that, was I? Oh wait, did I do the right order? Nope. You know what? Good thing I copied it wrong anyway. Perfect. Okay, auto core in, auto core out. Oh, come on. Why is it not keeping it? I'm very confused, actually. It keeps, like, losing the copy. That is a little bit unfortunate. That is one I am not supposed to replace. Is it? I think... Oh, I think I know what it is. I think my jetpack button, because it's set to, like, something else with trains as well, I think it might override it. I just realized that oh my gosh, I did those in the wrong order. Also, I have a better option. I built it like I did the original design. It doesn't need a wait condition, right? It shouldn't need a wait condition. No, because it's just giving it a stop to go through. Okay, so this is tricky because this is the wrong train. Oh no. Remember who is it that said it was a bad idea? Oh my god. Ah! No, this isn't right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's fun. So basically, we grabbed the locomotive from a new train and accidentally deleted the iron train, which I think would be this one. Oh, that's so weird. Okay. Destination full. What? Huh. I don't think that's supposed to be... I think that's a different iron train. I don't know where that's supposed to go. That's fair. You didn't say it was a bad idea. I said it was a bad idea. And I didn't do anything about it. Okay. Life's... Well, assuming these are all connected properly. Everything's fine. That's a big assumption, but I think it's I think it's good. It should clear itself at least. Okay, we now have a waiting area, so we have like twice as many trains in this. Because I think our problem here is actually travel time to all of our core outposts because they're so far away. And we had 4 trains, which was like the bare minimum we needed. There we go. Okay. So the issue is I never realized core mining would become that significant. So I thought like 1 train at the time wasn't more than enough. So I thought like a wiggle room of 4 was going to last a while. Turns out it doesn't. So now that we have 9, though, I think that adds a lot. Because now we don't really get farther away. I feel like we're the farthest we'll get for a while. Although, you know, we'll probably regret those words. I think we need to make a filter for dropped items. Because there's a lot of stone in random places. That's interfering with rails, and they're not getting deleted. And I don't know what the issue is. I think it's a weird mod thing. Okay, I'm glad now that we expanded that significantly, it's telling us that destination's full and it's doing nothing. It definitely worked. Yeah, okay. These actually aren't consuming nearly as much as I thought. So this looks good. We're starting to clear a lot of these as well. Now we could also do some manual aiming. I think we technically have that option, right? Because I'm pretty sure we have like a cluster mod. Which I should override the slow auto aiming. Let's see if they actually aim towards this. Also, I'm very happy we expanded these because we would be completely doomed if we didn't. It worked out really well that we doubled up on all of them. I'm assuming cluster aiming works with these. Huh, these actually shoot way slower than I thought they did. Which is surprising, a weird thing to say. Or it feels like a weird thing to say. Okay, this should work. Yeah, that should be fine. Because we used to be incredibly artillery limited, like artillery shell production limited, and you know, until we expanded it by like a factor of 7. Oh, this is so nice. We're actually explosive limited, which is weird. I feel like that's the easiest thing to expand. Oh, we're out of... Wait, what? Oh, I see the problem. That's weird. But that's on me. That's a weird mistake to make. Not like weird that it wasn't working. Okay, I think we need more oil, but that's kind of in my list of to-do for next time. Everything looks pretty solid. We really should have used an artillery train. This is such a dumb decision. I love it, but it was such a dumb way to design it. And I wouldn't have it any other way. How's our rocket parts, actually? That's what we tried to fix it. We didn't fix it. We're out of tablets. Wait, is this because I'm turning all of my stone bricks into radars? Hold on, this might be a... This might be because of... Yeah, okay. Stone bricks. Tablets. Heat shield. Rocket part. We will fix that next time. That is top priority. This is definitely not. But thanks so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. We're continuing our reverse Torio run. Hopefully that goes well. It's a little bit weird, but we'll be doing that tomorrow. And then more burner designing Tuesday. I finished all of the fuel connections offline, so we can spend tomorrow, I think, adding sirens and like combinator productions that we forgot, and then adding. I think we need to finalize our outpost because it's currently not actually finished. We haven't done the fuel connections for the outpost, so we need to decide how much fuel we're shipping to our outpost. So that will probably be Tuesday. But hope you'll have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.